no other like his, grabbing onto my soul, rising up from the mist, pulling me in. I don't wanna let go, settling in another great show. Talk of the town, right here's where it's at. Show him some love, super chat, chat, chat.
Oh, what's up, jerks? Oh my God. It's good to see you. It's good to see you back in the chat. This is our chat. It's good to see you early today. I'm very excited to be back. I didn't know when I might be back and when I should book my next show because I've got a lot of guests upcoming. I got so much happening. I'm so excited. And a lot of the stress. I've had a lot of stress on me the last couple months. 3 things going on that were causing stress in my life. Number one was this eye cataract surgery, just getting all the physical stuff and the doctor's appointments and the preparation for it, and just being so nervous whether this thing would work because I had catastrophic damage in my eye. I couldn't see out of my left eye. My right eye is not that good either, but a lot of stress has been relieved. I just finished the surgery on yesterday. It was just, it was easy. It was so friggin' easy. I haven't had any pain. I even took off the eye lid patch thing. I still have aftercare and doctor's appointments. I went to the doctor again for an update, follow up this morning, and she's saying it looks great. Everything's looking good. I can see it's already ahead of schedule. I'm just so excited and happy about that. And also, there was obviously this civil lawsuit for defamation that's been filed against me several months back, and we just had our motion to dismiss hearing. We're still waiting on a ruling, but that was very stressful just leading up to that, just knowing that it's just a big relief to have that, both of those things out of the way. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. The anxiety, there's been a lot of anxiety in my life lately, and I was watching JFK. He was talking about that last night. And sometimes it's about other people, and sometimes it's about yourself. And I think one of the things I needed to do recently was kind of just sit back and just kind of take stock and talk to, some people call it God. I talk the universe, whatever you want to call it, the spirit. It's almost like talking to yourself and just figure out where I want it to be, what I'm doing, where I'm going. And it feels like everything's broken for me. It's just like I am so back, people. I am so back, and I'm so excited. And we're gonna have some amazing shows and guests and topics and breaking news. I got a lot of. If you have a story that you want us to cover, MJC Boston 1, MJC Boston 1 at yahoo.com. You can also find that email address pinned on the top of the profile on the Young Jerks on Twitter. You can always find it there on X. If you want to send us a news tip, I got a bunch of stories. We're going to have some exclusive police corruption stories upcoming. We're going to be covering Kelsey Fitzsimmons in March. There's the Karen Reed civil stuff going on. And again, some other police corruption stories that nobody has reported yet. And some other stories that just about local online mobs that aren't related to any of the stuff that we've ever covered before. That's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of interesting topics and stories and coverage on the show, and I'm looking forward to it. And I don't want to announce anything yet because I'm just starting to email people. I didn't know when I'd be back, when I'd be able to have guests, but you can expect some big guests. Number one is a guy named Barrett Brown. Hopefully, we're going to get him on the show. I'm expecting Judge Carol to be back on the show very soon. She's working on some stuff. We're going to have her on the show. We're going to cover something with Rosemary Scarpiccio, one of her clients that's in jail for murder of 4 people that looks like he didn't do. We're going to have Dave on the show. He's going to talk about that and so much friggin' more. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to. I'm just happy. I can see. It's amazing. It's a friggin' amazing that I did this cataract surgery and it turned out so well. and I'm so happy I did it. And I'm so happy about the last few shows that we did with Jodine Weber and Carol and Nan Gallagher. And all of them will be back on the show, and some other people. It's just looking up for us. I just got to say, I feel everything right now. I'm feeling good, and I'm ready. I'm recharged. This is like season number 11, the like fifth comeback for me. Like when they thought I was done, I'm just getting started, people. And it's because of you. It's because of the people in the chat, the supporters, and all your prayers. I feel it. I really feel you guys right now. You ladies out there watching, and our team. And again, this week, what I'm so excited about is I took off until next Tuesday, no dog walks. I'm not doing any dog walks because of the eye. So that means I'm going to be streaming a lot more this week. I'm going to be hopefully going almost every night, maybe sometimes during the day. And there's going to be a lot of things we're going to be getting into, a lot of guests, a lot of interviews, a lot of new topics. But I also wanted to say, we might talk about some of the shit that's going on with the split of the Free Karen Reed movement and with Turtle Boy and all that shit we've kind of avoided recently. I might even talk about that today. And if you want to talk about it, whatever you want to talk about, maybe you want to talk about some past topics, some future topics, anything. This is your show today. It's wide open. I have no real agenda. We're going to talk about Nancy Guthrie today, of course, as well. Do some updates on that. But you can call in. It's pinned in the chat, StreamYard. You want to say something today? You want to jump on? You don't have to show your face. It's up to you. But you open challenge today. Open call. Even the trolls. If any of the trolls want to come in, I welcome you today to call in. Hey, Sparkly, if you want to call in too, I give you a little criticism based on some reviews of your recent space. I'm glad you're still here, and I respect that you're here, and you want to talk about any of that as well. You're definitely free to do so. I wouldn't let Jess Machado on my show. That's one thing I'll say right now. But we might put her up tonight. We may, if someone wants us to play some of those videos. She is a LOL, a lol cow, and we might have some laughs at her. All these people are spiraling out, and it's so great to see. It's great to see LTL is crushing it. LTL is on the way up. It's so funny when Jess Machado was putting our numbers versus hers over 1 month when she was like active every fucking day. And Brian LTL and myself were basically kicking back. I was on basically vacation. The only thing I was doing was radio shows mostly for Howie. And she was going live like 24/7, and she wanted to put her one good month up against us basically on vacation. But she won't do that today because Brian's absolutely killing her, and my numbers are going up again too. That's the thing, and I'm just getting started, and it's gonna be right back to where we were before, and I'm gonna love it even more this time because of so many people who doubted us. So many people. It's good to see who the real people are in this, and who are the fakes, and who are the cowards, kind of, the ones that know better but will never say anything, or even make that private call. They won't even privately, even though they know. There's a lot of cowardly people in this, and it's good to see who's in it for the right reason, and who we can't trust, and who's not in the circle anymore. And I love that they doubted me. I love that you fucking doubted me because that's been going on since I was in grade school, and I was always first or second place in the end. I was always Rocky, or even better, the champion. When I say Rocky, Rocky went the distance with Apollo Creed, the champion, when he wasn't supposed to. No one even thought he had a shot. No one thought he was a contender. He was a contender. He had heart. He had it all. And I love being that underdog. I'm so friggin' excited. I gotta say, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just fucking ready to go now. I want to thank Sparkly Rabbit. She said, "Love your show. Glad your eye surgery went well." I'm very excited about that. To be able to see in both eyes, and to have the left eye is now better than the right eye. And it's just going to get better, they said. They said like the first couple days I'm like, it's already awesome. I mean, if it gets better from here, like I'm seeing better than I have probably since I was like 15 years old. This is like, I'm so glad. It was just one eye, but it was really bad damage to it. I had an eye injury, and I was very skeptical whether they were going to be able to fix this, knowing how bad it was. And it's just friggin' awesome. I can't wait. Yeah, I never doubted you. I know the people in the chat, the jerks. That's what I love. You guys didn't doubt me. There's certain people that I know did not doubt me, and they stood here even when there was only 10 people, 20 people, 30, 40. What do we have now? 50. We're not. We got 74. See, we didn't even really, no promotion, no guests today, and you guys are still here, and I just love it. And I want to thank you, the ones that stood and took a lot of shit. You watched them throw everything at us. And the thing about it, it doesn't matter. None of it fucking matters. There's nothing that you can do to me. You took every shot you could. And the best thing that you could do is make up little nicknames that don't even ring true. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a fighter. Anybody that knows me knows I'll take the hard road every time if it's the right thing. I don't cry about shit. My life is great. If that's what you want to play back is the video, it just reiterates. Because even when I was in that moment, I'm still telling my truth. And you guys those trolls can mock it all they want. But when they joke around and they see me and they say, hey, you want to wrestle? And I give them a little, then they're like, holy fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Like that's real. That's real. Like where I grew up, we got fights every freaking day. And then you became friends with them. Real shit, not like this little internet shit. You're gonna make fun of me, give me a nickname. Come on, that's the best you got? You're gonna unsubscribe to me? You know? So, yeah, maybe we'll talk about I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, you got turtle tits now. Like, seriously, he's got tits. The dude's wearing, and what I say about, what's funny about this shit is when I say turtle tits, he's got women up on his ass every night and he thinks he's winning. Like I listened to that a little that space last night. And they want to come at me because I talked to the former retired state trooper, Leah Ganduso. I like Leah. We have a lot in common. We got dogs. We've both been harassed by Turtle. We got a lot in common. We're both survivors. We're both not going to friggin' like, it's just amazing to see these women, to see her and Meredith and now Jen Altman, the pit bull, his ride or die for life. And Jen Altman is basically saying all the same shit I said in October that I got shit for. And now he's saying she's not a friend. She was never a friend. That's child shit. That is the biggest child shit I've ever seen in my life. She was never a friend. I never liked her. Like, that's something a 5-year-old says. And that's every day this dude doesn't listen, exposes himself. And even with the text recently, I sent up some texts because he was threatening to sue people. I wanted to know, are you going to sue me? And if you're going to sue me, like, what's the issue? Tell me what I reported that wasn't correct, that you want me to remove, correct? And he said he didn't need anything. I said, you want me to take anything down? He said he didn't need anything from me. And then he came back with Meredith. Basically what he wants me to do is to attack Meredith publicly and say, oh, Meredith posted that video. I stand with all those victims. Have I dealt drugs? This is where you're a freaking idiot. Hell to be. Have you dealt drugs? Like, when you say drugs, call it what it is. Don't be a pussy. Don't be. This is what you are, a pussy, hell to be. You are like so ridiculous. Have you dealt cannabis like Ganduso? That's what you should say. Have you dealt cannabis like Ganduso? And I would say no. There might have been a couple times where I bought a little weed for a couple friends, maybe. What I mean, like one or two friends, we go in and we buy extra. I'm a consumer. I've never been a dealer. I've always been a consumer of cannabis. And I've had a lot of friends who have dealt cannabis to me, and I like those people. Now, it can do so. The only problematic thing I would say, coming from the cannabis seed, that the only thing that makes me go, oh, I'm a little like worried about being associated with her is because she ratted. That's the thing. We don't like rats in the cannabis. We don't care about people who dealt cannabis illegally when it was legal. Those people, for a lot of us, like myself, who had cancer and a bad back, and worked with a lot of patients who were fucking dying. Some of them died without the medicine, without the cannabis. I had one guy who had this one of the worst conditions you can ever have. They call it I wish I remembered the exact quote of it, but it was like the horrific pain. And this guy used to send emails and beg us to get him cannabis. And we were always afraid as activists in the community that these people were cops trying to set us up. So we didn't hook him up, even though I could have hooked him up. And then the fucking guy died. And my friend Bill Downey, who's now dead, that was the moment that Bill said, fuck it, I'm going to start helping these patients. I don't give a fuck if I go to jail. Anyone who comes to me, I'm going to hook them up. I'm going to start selling weed to them. And that's what he did. And he got busted a few times, but he basically won. So for us, the medical cannabis patients, the people who fought, I'm the person who wrote down decrim, medical, legal. That's what was going to happen. I wrote decrim 2008, medical 2012, legal 2016. I was the first one to write that down on paper on what was going to happen in the state as we legalized cannabis. I basically wrote the game plan, and it happened. We changed the law 3 friggin' times in Massachusetts. Decrim, medical, legal. I wrote it down first. I was the architect. So when you talk about, have you dealt drugs? No, I've never dealt drugs. I've consumed plenty of cannabis from dealers, and I helped make it legal so people can legally sell cannabis in Massachusetts. That's what I did. So you sound like an idiot. You sound like a moron. Like anybody gives a shit about that. Nobody cares. Have you been abusive to, I'll ask you a question, bro, or lady, whoever you are. Have you been abusive to every ex-girlfriend you've ever had? Have you attacked them? Do you sleep with women and then dox them on your show and take glee while doing it? Do you support that behavior? Do you have problems with women? Do you have 100, 200, 300, 500? I don't know how many it is. There were hundreds of women up in that space talking shit about one dude last night. I don't have that. I will never have that in my life. Never. Never. Anyone that talks shit about me, it's because they don't know me. They've had no relationship with me. The only people that get weird on me are people that haven't actually been friendly with me. And mostly it's all jealousy. That's how I got Making Money Mike. Somebody got jealous of that, and then she started crowing about the 10 grand she made. They were laughing our asses off because it's like, do you know how much you think that's good? Like, you don't even know. We wouldn't brag about 10 grand. Yeah, there we go. Lisa's right there. She says, I have grown and sold cannabis when it was illegal. And you're proud of it because I know you were helping patients. You were one of those people I saw in the group. There's a private group locally of a lot of the growers who would basically, they even the caregivers and the nurses and all that, they would go to that group and say, hey, I have a patient who's dying and they have cancer. They got 6 months to live and they got no money and they need RSO or they need this specific type of cannabis or an edible. Can you help them? And Lisa was one of them in the group that would say, yeah, we'll hook them up for free. Where do we send the shit? Let's meet up. That's our community. And Lisa, you're amazing. I love you. That's one of the things I want to. That's one of the things that pisses me off too. And that's why I'm speaking out again today. I don't give a shit. You nothing you can fucking do to me. When you go after Lisa Peralt. It's so funny because I saw some of the trolls in the chat. They're like, she's doing this because of Mike. I had nothing to do with what Lisa decided to do. Lisa is Lisa. That's the thing. Anyone that thinks they're going to control Lisa is a nutcase. Lisa's one of the most stand-up, strongest people, ex-military. She's an OG in the cannabis scene when it was illegal, among a bunch of mostly men. Lisa is amazing. And that's one of the other things when they try to slime Lisa. They have nothing. Again, they have nothing they can do to Lisa. There's nothing they can say about Lisa. She just, and that's the thing with Altman. It's like, oh, you're really hurting me. She doesn't give a shit. That's the thing. Your bullshit has no power anymore. Nobody gives a fuck. You had your chat rats go after me the other night while I'm live with Jodine Weber, and my numbers went up. My subs went up. It's over. It's over. All your little gang, your little cult gang, it's meaningless. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares. There's nothing you can do. You can dox, you can put out. Nobody gives a shit because there's 8 billion other people on the planet, and LTL is a perfect example showing it. He's just gonna pretend you don't exist anymore. He's gonna go do content, and he's gonna get all the views. I saw you look at his views. Look at how many he got hundreds of thousands of views on lives recently. When's the last time Turtle has he ever done that? It's over. It's fucking over. And I'm fucking enjoying it. I really am. I'm really just sitting back and watching these women go to school. And there's so many of them. And they're not going to take your shit anymore. So that's why I wanted to come up today. I just wanted to give you an update of my eye, how good it is. I wanted to let you know that I'm still here. And I'm still here, and we're going to be doing a lot more. And it's not, for me, like I've said for a while now, I don't want to be a drama stream. I'm not going to be a show that's going to do the drama every freaking night. But every once in a while, if I feel like I need to say something or address it, remind people where I stand, I'm going to say it. And I also said to the dude, if you keep talking shit about me, I'm going to talk shit about you. There's no more of this. I'm going to be silent every time you talk shit about me. And I don't have any issues. I don't have any problems. My life, like I said, there's nothing you can do to me. Your numbers are going down now. My numbers are going up. You took your best shot and it didn't work. And I just purged all the worst people from my algorithm, my timeline. I got the people now who actually want to expose corruption. When's the last time you covered a story that was exposing corruption? Where it wasn't about you and where it wasn't about your drama. And the same with the Galera. What's he just do? Walk around he walks around the park, talks shit about JFK, doesn't pick up dog shit. That's his whole show. And then says, oh, I'm great. I couldn't believe. And then like some of the other ones, like Auntie Deb. I'll bring in Auntie Deb. Auntie Deb say, we're exposing corruption. What's he exposing corruption? All he does is go after women. And I see you watching me. I know you're not happy with me, Auntie Deb. I think you took a couple shots and I let it go. But mostly you won't touch me. But why? Why won't you touch me? You make some funny songs about me or some shit? Dan Gallagher fucking rules. That's all I'm going to say about that. Dan Gallagher, all these women. That's the funniest shit of all. Is watching these spaces, watching these women. I don't have to do shit now. I just kick back and watch the women just go to town. One of the messages I said, and I wouldn't talk about these messages with Aiden, but he brought it up on his show. So one of his messages was, I said, I warned you. I tried to be a friend to you. Something, I'm paraphrasing. I warned you shit was going to go bad for you. He's like, my shit, a documentary got the documentary. Like that's the benchmark of how good your life is going. I got a documentary coming out. You've got more pushback from more serious people than ever before. You could do this shit before because you would pick off people one by one, and they were mostly people with no resources or no human capital. Now you're going after people with money, human capital, credibility, internal strength, and they're getting organized. I mean, whoever would have thought you'd see Leah Ganduso on a stream with Jen Altman and Meredith? And I wouldn't fuck with any of them. And you got all three of and Lisa. And Lisa. And like I told Turtle from the very beginning, I told him to work it out with JFK. I told him JFK was a boss. And he didn't believe it. He thought he's going to hood booger radio him. You're like, this is a different ball game now, dude. This is a different ball game. A different ball game. It's not the same as it used to be. There you go. Oh, there she is. Good morning, Mike. I'm driving, listening. I hope you're having a great day. Glad you got your eye taken care. Oh, I'm so happy, Jen. You just don't even know. It's like I was very stressed if they were actually going to be able to fix this eye, which you told me it was heavily damaged. And it was so easy. Like I've had a lot of surgeries, for my knees and my cancer situation. And like the knee surgeries, even though there were minor scopes, like one of the times I really had a hard time with the anesthesiology coming out of it. And they said it was a light sedative. They put the thing on my arm and they said, oh, you'll go see the operating nurse. We're going to roll you into the operating room. They had me all set up in there, right? And next thing I know, I'm like, they're like, it's done. And I'm back where I started. And I'm like, what? When did you even do it? Like, and I felt good. It was like the best procedure ever. I was the first one that day. I was in and out. I was home, no pain. And like I said, day 2. And this one left eye is perfect now. I'm probably gonna have to get new prescriptions because one eye I still gonna need a prescription on. But yeah, I'm still gonna have glasses. But gee, I can almost drive, I think, without glasses now. That's how good my left eye is now. It's just amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, we were gonna check into on the Guthrie, Savannah Guthrie today as well. I'm gonna check the chat. I haven't really been looking at the chat. Yeah, yeah, it's the funniest thing. The battery in my iPad goes down every time JFK is on. Well, you know what happened to me last night, Spacey, is I tried to stay up. I took a nap halfway through the day yesterday, and then I was watching JFK, and the battery on me went down. I just was like, I fell asleep with the phone in my hand. You know what I mean? And like, that's what happens to me. He's up too late for me, especially with these early doctor appointments. Yeah, and I don't want to say, something about me still likes Jimmy, and I want Jimmy to be good and come through it, but their behavior is disgraceful. I agree. It's been disgraceful. And that's the thing. He has no power over anyone, zero. His fan club has no strength there, just by attaching themselves to him, supporting him financially. I mean, at this point, that's the thing. He's losing the best people, and what are you keeping? Like I said, I used to be a financial advisor. When I got too many clients, I had thousands of clients at one point. My bosses came to me and said, you gotta drop your bottom 25%, and we're gonna hire some reps. We're gonna give your old clients to reps. And I'm like, I don't want to give up customers. And they said, no, you got to, because when you do it, you'll make more money. That's exactly what happened. I made more money with less work. And instead, he's getting rid of the best and keeping the worst. I mean, that's basically what's happened here. Yeah, and you got these people, the rat chats, and the. It's funny, like none of these people were around for Free Karen Reed, and he uses that against Jay Brill, but he doesn't use that against them. Like that's the double standard. It's getting ridiculous out there. Looks like we got somebody calling in, streaming in, but you do have to unmute the mic. There you go. Now I know you're ready. All right, let's bring up the unforgettable.
What's up, Mike? How are you, honey?
Good. How you doing today?
Good. It's been a while. I've been kind of like
Yeah.
off the scenes, kind of like pushed back from everybody. I don't mean to be
So
doing that. It's just I needed to kind of get away, kind of take care of myself a bit.
let's,
Um,
we all need that. I think
yeah,
it's the best
I
thing.
think it was becoming overwhelming, and I just kind of stepped back from everybody. Some of the people that are here in the chat is like, "Where the hell you been?" I was like, taking care of myself.
That's
But
exactly what I
that's
recommend.
I'm happy that you got your eye surgery, first of all and foremost, and everything was successful. And this all this craziness with the fighting and all this stuff, it's nuts, kind of overwhelming. So I kind of like push back from all of it. Um, but Mike, I want to say something. Listen, and this is pertaining to the Kelsey video, okay? Like, and I'm gonna keep it 100% real. Listen, that poor woman, she was vulnerable. She's human. She hasn't been with her child in a very long time, and she has been in a point that she can't express herself because it might be used against her. You get where I'm coming from? They might think she's unstable, and I don't think that people understand that. I get that she shared that video with a private group. I get it. I totally understand it. I totally get it. And obviously, people are not going to respect the privacy of the group, and people are not going to respect the rules of the group. She did it with the intentions, not because she wanted people to put it out there and publicly on Twitter and everything else. She put it there so people can kind of hear her out. I'm sure she's tired of being quiet because she's human and she needed to vent. It was heartbreaking, the video. And then I come across it on Twitter and I said, but wait a minute, this was supposed to be shared just on one page. And I get it. It's a little bit unrealistic to know that, there's 8.3 thousand people in the group. But if it's been asked to be taken down multiple times by Kelsey's family, they just want to keep it within this group. I think people should have respected that.
Oh,
You don't
totally.
know. Yeah, I don't think people understand that this can affect her in the long run in the courthouse. Maybe they're gonna think that she's still mentally unstable, and this is gonna affect her and prolong, the time that she's able to see her son. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Let
saying?
me let me say
And
something on this too, because number one, um, the person that posted it
oh
uses
yeah,
that group for their advertisement every single day. They like just basically every day they post every fucking day. So that's their number one way to market themselves. So they get their 4 viewers on their lives. Um, so I thought it was shady that here you are, you're taking a picture with her. You're using that in your social media. You
and then
got
you tag the
caught.
news stations, and then you
You
tag
got
the news
caught using
stations.
a Facebook profile with Kelsey's name in it. You're using that group every day to market yourself. And then when the best friend of Kelsey Fitzsimmons, who is in direct communication with the family and Kelsey herself every fucking day, asks you to take it down, you're like, F you.
Yeah,
That to me
argumentative.
is shady. Let me add
Yeah,
something else too is I haven't confirmed this with Tim Bradle or Courtney even. I haven't talked to either one of them about this. But my sources tell me, let's just say this. This video went up on that Facebook group. And one of the reasons they didn't want it to be reshared is because they took it down. It's not in that Facebook group now. I think that was meant to be a temporary message that you just tell the community how she's feeling, and then
she's
probably
human.
they
She's
plan to
human.
take
She's
it
right.
down. But
Exactly.
unfortunately, somebody else posted it. And now other people are sharing it and being dicks about it, of course, because it's all about them. It's all about them. It's not about Kelsey. We've already determined that they don't actually care about the victims. They don't give a shit about Kelsey. That's what this is about. And number two, from what I hear, is that Bradel wanted that down.
Look
So
at that.
think about that. When this group of people, they're fucking over Tim Bradel too. As far as I know, that's what my source told me. I haven't tried to confirm that, but let's just pretend that might be true. That's even more, and it would make sense. Like, because what you said, you want to say something else about it?
Well,
Unforgettable? The
yeah, well,
unforgettable?
what I'm saying is like, if okay, she violated the rules of the group. That was nothing was to be shared out of that group. Okay. Yeah, she was vulnerable. She shared it for a moment just to kind of let her people know because these are the supposedly supporters in that group that, back her up and all this stuff. So she just wanted to she wanted a vent. She's human. And I know she's been withholding these feelings for a very long time and not being able to talk to anybody. She's kind of like isolated, you feel me? And she's been through a lot of shit, and it's not easy being separated from your newborn baby boy, and it's his first birthday, and she just kind of wanted to put that message out there and kind of be heard a little bit, not to put it all through all different platforms, but kind of be heard, and it was taken down. And the least that people can do that they say that they're her supporter is, if they say take it down, please take it down. Don't get argumentative and then tag fucking news stations. That's just ridiculous. That you're gonna put this out there on the news stations, and news stations are gonna take advantage. They're gonna be like, oh my god, look at this video they posted. It could affect this poor woman. And if you're a supporter, a true supporter, if you start doing that and you don't listen and they're requesting for it to be taken down, what happens is it's gonna prolong her visitations with her son because they're gonna think she's still mentally unstable. Because we already learned from the Karen Reed trial what they can do. They can take emails, misconstrue them, text messages, anything. They could take anything that you say in an interview or in anything, and they can fucking twist it to make it sound bad and make you look bad. We all learned this from the trials. So I think that people should have been respectful about it and be like, okay, they asked to take it down. Let me be respectful. I'm sorry I did this. Let me take it down. Right.
That's all it would have
But
taken. You would have
yeah,
been
that's it.
good.
That's
And
it.
you
But
know,
it
the
didn't
thing is, I
happen
want to
though.
say something too is, Kelsey Fitzsimmons. I had someone contact me that I could have brought that information that they gave me about the Kelsey Fitzsimmons situation and thrown it on my show, got a shitload of views, and pumped my chest. But instead, I thought about Kelsey Fitzsimmons first. And I decided to not talk about it and not bring it on my show and offer this person as a witness for the defense of Kelsey. And
Yeah,
knowing that if I talked about it on my show, it would allow the prosecution to be totally prepared for this. And
correct.
maybe, so I've shut up. I haven't said anything about it. And when the time comes, I'm pretty sure that person after the trial will come on my show and we'll talk about it. But
Mm-hmm.
that's the difference between some of these other people and the true people in it for justice, like a JFK show or like some of the other, like the ladies on the spaces. Like they're in it for the right reasons. They're not in it just for the cheap views, for the cheap boost, the ego. It's like
Mm-hmm.
everyone has a time and place, and the most important thing for me when I'm covering this is to support the victims, the people who are going through the shit, like whether it's Karen Reed or Kelsey Fitzsimmons or anybody else.
We're in it
And
for the corruption, all of us,
yeah,
against
and it's
corruption.
funny they call me a gatekeeper on Kelsey. It's funny because how many of them did I hook up? Like I'm the one who's like reaching out, sending out court documents. I'm like hooking them up with family members, hooking them up with Courtney. Like I'm just the opposite of a gatekeeper, actually. It's funny that they call me a gatekeeper because those are the gatekeepers. There's a lot of gatekeepers out there. I'm not one of them. I'm more like a big supporter of what I'm covering. And whether it's Karen or Kelsey Fitzsimmons or some of the other people we're going to be talking about in the near future on the show, it's not about me first. It's not. I know that I'm going to get some gravy. I know I'm going to get some money and some views and some subs. That always comes to me. It's not a struggle. Even when I'm down, I know it's coming back. But the most important thing for me is to feel good about what we're doing and to know that when I talk to myself or talk to God or whatever that is, you can't lie. You can't lie to yourself. And if you're lying to yourself daily, then you got a mental illness. There's something wrong with you, and there's a lot of that going on. I see among certain people is they not only lie to everybody else, they're lying to themselves. They actually believe the delusion. People always ask, do they really believe it?
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, they do. They do. They really fucking believe it. They really believe they're a victim. They really believe that with 500,000 subs that they're a victim. I mean, it's unbelievable. I just, but it's the reality, and it's like they're not talking to God. They're just not. It's obviously they don't have the higher power in mind and their role and who they always want to be the leader.
Yeah, I just, I think it's pretty sad. Like when I crossed, across when I went across Twitter and I saw that shit first, I had saw it like on the Facebook page, Kelsey Fitzsimmons, and then people were like, somebody put a post that on the Facebook page and said, this was not meant to be shared, and this was, the violations, and then, and then I go on, on the Twitter Spaces, and I'm scrolling, and then I see, that they shared it over there, and that they're tagging news stations, and I'm like, and then multiple people are asking for it to be taken down, including some of Kelsey's family, and I'm like, dude, and then to comment on that Twitter and say, well, in reality, she wanted people to see it. That's why she put it out there in the first place. Absolutely not. You're assuming. She just wanted to kind of vent for a little bit. And if you're really of a support of somebody, you're just going to try to do what's best for that person, for their best interest. And if you know this is going to affect her, because we all know that the judge that she has been busting uh, Tim Brado's balls, been an asshole. She's not a nice person. We already know it's just another Beverly Canoni. We already know that's what we're dealing with. They're trying to get her out of there because she's biased. And you know that the prosecution is probably going to take that video because it's probably all over social media already and shared over and over again. And they're going to probably use it against her and be like, look at her. Look at the way she's acting on social media. Look at the way she's having mental health breakdowns on social media. She's not with it. Yeah, she's not able to be stable enough to see her son. Look at the way she's acting on social media for a whole bunch of strangers. You get where I'm coming from? And if they
Yeah,
ask to be taken down, people, let's just take it down. Let's respect her family's wishes. You know, I get it. I understood a lot of points that were set out there. Like people like, listen, if you don't want people to share it, you should have not put it out there because there's going to be trolls in between these groups. We get it. But at the end of the day, if you're not a troll and you claim to be a supporter of Kelsey, right?
that's it.
And that's
Yeah, are
where
you
it
a
lands.
troll or are you a supporter? I mean, that's the
Correct.
key.
Yes.
There's
So if
no
you
there's no
say
in between.
if you yeah, if you claim to be a supporter, but then you decide to screen record the video and share it on a platform when you are in a group that clearly states in their rules that you're not to share it outside the group. See, if it was a troll, we would understand. We're like, shit, a fucking troll did that. That's pretty fucked up. But it's a person that claims to say that she is a supporter of Kelsey. That's the big difference here, and people are not getting that. We get it.
Yeah,
It was going to be put out there, but you know what? If they're asked to take it down, stop getting argumentative. You don't know what this girl's been through. You claim to be her supporter, but you continue to keep it up there and argue with everybody that's you know, arguing with you to take it down. And then it was when I saw that she tagged all the news stations, I was like, nah, this is for clout. This is for clout. This cannot be for
totally for
nothing.
clout. That's what she wanted. She wanted to get the credit on, from Boston 25 News, and it's hilarious
NBC,
too
everybody.
because again, Kelsey took that video down. Well, whoever
Yeah.
posted it for her, because it was actually an anonymous post, they took it down. So there you go, right there. And they asked that it not to be shared over there. Please take it down. The person wouldn't. It's been shared by other people now, and it's just like, why are you doing that to her mental health?
Yeah.
Like, why are you calling her anguish? And then these people don't think about the long game. I love that JFK has inserted long game into this because credibility is a long game.
Mm.
And that person that did that has just basically sent a signal to all the conscientious people out there that give a shit. Number one, that they're not trustworthy, which means
Mm.
they're going to get
No
less
loyalty.
sources in
No
the
loyalty.
future. They're not
No
going to
loyalty.
get less guests on their
Yep.
show. Like, I remember that person the first time I met them, they started messaging me. Like, oh, can you get this judge on my, can you, oh, I saw this awesome guest on your show. Can you get them on my show?
Mm.
I didn't give them a contact because I didn't trust them right then, and if trust is earned. Like if you earn my trust, maybe I'll give you some of my contacts, but I'm not going to
Absolutely.
burn my bridges and send my people to bad people, so like I would never send them anything. And I know
Yeah.
after the Kelsey trial's over, I'm going to have some of the guests that people want on that because I've earned
Mhm.
their trust and they've burned it, and not just that, like, not just for Kelsey. It's like, do you know how, like, just today, I think I got a law enforcement in my inbox, who's sharing shit with me.
Mhm.
They're watching everything. They're watching everything. And they're choosing to go to the conscientious people. When you burn your sources over and over and over again, you burn every relationship around you. When you have girlfriend problems and that's all you cover for months, people are going
Mm.
to stop coming to you. You're not going to get the next
Absolutely.
Karen Reed story. You're not going to get access or credibility. You're not going to get judges and ex FBI agents and ex state police. They're not coming on your show. Like, that's why they come on my show. People, oh, you don't have the views. I got the guest list. Why do I have the guest list and you folks don't? Why are you jealous of that? Because I've earned the credibility. You haven't. Straight up.
Absolutely. Listen, if she thinks she did something right with sharing that and trying to get some credit or some clout out of it, like in reality, the real true people that really support Kelsey is gonna understand she's not trustworthy. You're teaching your kid that you can't be loyal. So you have to be a role model to your kids at the end of the day. Her daughter's been down at the courthouse with her, and that's respectable. All right, you're trying to teach your kid to be open to eyes because I brought my daughter with me to open up eyes to corruption and just be open to everything that's going on in the world. But if you are going out here sharing something out of a group, that's first of all, there's no trust within you. There's no loyalty. And it goes to show that you're willing to do anything just to catch some clicks and views. So you need to be a role model to your kid. You can't be showing this to your kid. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not
Mhm.
trying to disrespect her parenting. I'm not, listen, I want to make set that point across. But you need to understand, and for the real people that support Kelsey, understood that that's not the proper way to go to share her shit on the internet like that. And when it's been asked to take it down, the people that don't understand continue to argue about it and say, well, she wanted it out there. No, 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 no. It was asked multiple times to take it down. Let's respect her wishes, because at the end of the day, you guys are fucking her over. You're not fucking
Yeah.
anybody else over. You guys continue your life, and she's screwed at the end of the day.
Yeah, I got Ruthie here. This is classic. This is what I love about these people. Ruthie, Ruth Lee, you never show up when we have Judge Carol Erskine on to talk about all the horrible
Oh,
things that
Erskine's
have
great.
happened to children in the state. You never hear when we do the real work. You only show up when there's drama because that's what you like. You like the petty streams. You like the drama because you're a lowlife. And that's it. Like she says, I'm a little whiner. No, you're the whiner because all you do is go to the content with people going, "Oh, Cryford, he was mean to my friend Aiden. He's such, but poor little Aiden." You guys like insults on, like you treat him like an infant. Like that's what you do. And it's funny that they say that I'm the whiner. Hi, this is a great petty stream content. Of course, because they got nothing else. There's no guest going on the Glera. The Glera's never going to have a retired judge on there. They're never going to have any ex-FBI anymore. He's never going to have Karen Reed or Bill Reed or Nathan Reed again. None of those people have any respect for any of them. And a lot of them, let's be frank, and I'm not speaking for the Reed family at all, but I'm talking about the professional people who you see as guests on YouTube. They're not going to say shit about them, but they're going to avoid them.
Mm.
And that's what the top people, you know, that you see on YouTube are doing. They're just pretending they don't exist anymore. And so who's whining? I'm not whining because they'll come on my show.
You're not
And
crying?
that's like I got legs, I got longevity, I got credibility, I got how we caught. You know what I mean? I could go on and on who I have. But when I do
Mhm.
it, they say you're bragging. You're talking about your guest list. Yeah, because I have authors after author after author come on my show. And you know what they say after they come on the show? Jesus Christ, your audience likes to read books. They're all buying my book. I got a bump off your show. I want to come back again. They're
Mm.
not doing that on those other shows because their audience doesn't read. All's Ruthie, when's the last time Ruth Lee read a book? I appreciate
Listen,
the 1 cent you're going to generate by watching this today, Ruth Lee, but you're not actually that valuable as a viewer compared to the small but well-read audience that we have here. And
but
that's the
I'm trying to
facts.
figure out how is
Quality
this a
over
petty stream?
quantity.
How is this a petty stream? We're talking about something serious that happened to Kelsey.
That's
How is
right.
that petty?
They'll
How is
try
that
to turn
petty?
it into it because they'll be like, "Oh, he said something mean about the Clara or this one or that one. Oh, my
But I wasn't
feelings are hurt."
referring to the girl or anybody. I was referring to
Yeah.
law. I'm going to put it out there. Law girls, not attorneys, shared the video. Nobody. I wasn't mentioning them. This is how is this petty? This is this woman's life. That's not petty. That's being real. Her shit should have not been shared the way it did. It should have been respected that they asked to take it down. How is that petty? How I don't understand how people don't understand this is somebody's real life, what they're going through.
Because this is entertainment for them. These are the ones that like like their favorite show is Real Housewives of New York. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
they like soap operas. They like drama. They like picking a side. I like WWE for that stuff. That's my one little trash content that I'll do. But that's their
Mhm.
life. They are like WWE type fans. They think that Hulk Hogan versus Randy Savage is real. Like that. This is what they're into. They go for the fake shit over real life. They can't deal with real life. This is their thing. They're miserable people, and then they get all happy, like, "Oh, I'm better than them. At least I'm better than them." That's
I
their
don't
life.
understand. You go on somebody else's. If you dislike somebody so much, I wouldn't understand. We've had this conversation on the platform before. Listen,
Yeah, we have.
if you don't like somebody's streams, you don't like them as a person, you dislike them. I wouldn't understand why people go on other people's streams and go shit talk in their chat. I don't understand. If I don't like somebody, I'm not gonna spend a minute of my day to go talk shit on their stream. For what? What am I getting out of it?
Look who's here. That's must be why nobody watches. Ha! Dude, you're getting rich off Aiden, huh? With your little petty streams, you don't have to work hard. You just walk around the park and don't pick up your shit and talk about how scared you are of JFK. And I need to be protected. Send super chats. How long's that drama gonna last, though, Clara? And how's your credibility? Have you talked to Nathan Reed lately? Have you talked to Bill Reed? Talked to Karen Reed? How are they? Huh? You pretend you know what's best for them, but do you talk to them? Will they take your call? Will anybody ever call you again, dude? Like, how many communities have you burned out of? You got a lot of people watching you, but it's for the drama, dude. If I did drama every night attacking you, Galera, I'd just have as many views. But I'm better than that. I don't need that. You do though. You have nothing else but that, and that's what's pitiful, Galera. And you know what, Galera? It's like a candy bar. It's packed with calories. It's a nice sugar high. You get that nice sugar high. But guess what, bro? After you eat it, it's all empty. You got to do it again. You got to eat another candy bar. Next thing you know, your whole fucking mouth is rotten. You got rotten teeth. You got indigestion. You got diabetes. That's where you're headed, Glare. Keep smoking your cigarettes. Keep not picking up the shit, and keep talking about how great you are while you get your super chats, because that you suck, and a lot of people know it, and that's your reputation for life now.
That's
I'm
nuts.
glad you're watching. I'm glad to make a penny off you, bro. And when you stream my content, make sure you say you got it from the hard work and young jerks, because I'm too fucking lazy to actually get the content.
Mm. But yeah, I wanted to set that point out there, about Kelsey. Like I just, want to reiterate, what I'm saying, that I don't know why that girl said that this is petty, what we're talking about. Kelsey's life is not petty. She's worthy of being respected. And that's all I wanted to say out there. So I wasn't here talking about anybody else. You seen, I was referring to law girls, not attorneys,
No,
which they
no, they're
did that.
talking about me. They're not talking about you. You're good.
No, no,
You
no.
you've
But I'm
done fine.
saying, I'm just reiterating because she said it was a petty stream. How is this a petty stream talking about somebody's real life? I wouldn't
It's
understand.
not.
And I just
That,
wanted to clarify that. If they want to be in here trolling, I mean, that it's pretty sad. They want to continue to troll. Like, I wouldn't spend a minute of my day to be in somebody else's stream that I dislike so much. I wouldn't. It'd be a waste of time. Like, I got plenty of other things to do. But yeah, I wanted to
yeah,
set
that's
that
the
point
thing. The
across.
Glare doesn't get any of my views. I don't comment on his shit anymore at all. The only time I ever see him is when people reclipped his loud cow moments on Twitter, and then I have a laugh. It's hilarious. I loved when he said he had to carry a gun. Like, why walking a dog? Because he's so frightened. Like, are you kidding me, dude? What do you think's gonna happen when Turtle Boy finally rolls on you? That kid's gonna be rolled up on the floor. Like, if you're scared of like the little pushback you got now, Galera, and Galera, it's just gonna get worse. These women are not gonna quit. They're a dog with a bone, and you're one of the scumbags. Sucks to be you, dude.
I thank you for allowing me to come up here and kind of share that little insight about Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Mike, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep moving forward. Just pay no mind to the loud noise and just move forward. And I'm glad
Oh,
your
I love it.
surgery turned
My
out well.
numbers and subs are going up again for the right
I read
reasons.
that. I
And
read that. You put it there. It's
yeah,
been going up.
it's
You showed us
and
the
look at
little chart.
LTL. It's like when the Glare wants to talk about views and subs, is you want to talk about LTL, how LTL is like so far ahead of him now.
Mm.
All that shit, all those petty streams you did on LTL, and he just lapped you like
You know what's
50
crazy?
fucking times, Clara.
Before I leave here, LTO, shout out to LTO. You know why shout out to LTO? Because he was the only person that really picked up on Enrique Delgado, and he was right on point. Look what happened.
There we
People are
go.
being charged. People are being charged. He picked up on that. He was working on that. He worked on that story. Nobody else really picked up on that story, but he did pick up on that. He kept on pushing it. He kept on talking about it. And now we have some type of justice for his family. There's people being held accountable. So shout out to LTO for that.
Yeah, and you know what else? He didn't F over the family. They put a
Yeah.
lot of pressure on him. This little mob. They questioned his reporting. They checked his credibility, and all he was doing the whole time was protecting the family and protecting what actually did just happen, which was some
Mhm.
accountability. And
Yeah.
shout out to LTL. He's doing phenomenal. And it's so funny that they tried to cancel him, and he just proved they have no fucking power.
Yeah, you guys keep it moving. You guys stay quiet, keep it moving, and let the numbers talk for themselves. That's
That's
it.
it. That's what
God bless
and
you.
that's what
God
I'm
bless
getting
you.
back to, and my numbers are going up again. So where do you think
Yeah.
I'll be in a month? Right back where I was.
Well,
F
God bless
you,
you,
Galera. That's what I
yeah,
love.
Mike.
And
Thank
he's
you
still
so
gonna be
much.
walking around trees, worried about if JFK might show up when JFK doesn't even care about him.
But yeah, you have a good afternoon, Mike. I'll be in the
You
chat
too.
listening to
Thank you
what
so
you say.
much,
Thank you
Unforgettable.
so much,
Have a great
honey. Thank
afternoon.
you. You too, honey. Bye bye.
Bye now. Recovery Cat, thank you so much. I also want to thank Sparkly Rabbit. We also have Ultra Violet, I think, in the green room, but you have to connect your devices. Your microphone isn't on. You don't have to turn on your camera, but you gotta turn on your microphone at least. All right, let's see what Ultraviolet. I've never had this person on before. They could be a troll. It could be some fun, or they could be a supporter. We'll see what happens. Yeah, yeah. Are they saying I'm being immature in the chat? This is funny as shit. I love it. Ultraviolet, what's up?
Hi, Mike. How you doing? I'm not a troll. And hi
I
to
can already tell.
Unforgettable. I love Unforgettable. And
Yeah, she.
LTL, you guys are killing it. You're doing great. I'm switching topics back to a little topic you had before about the medical marijuana. And I just wanted to just connect with you that I am the mother of a severely developmentally disability young adult lady. And I was the first, I believe that I was the first parent to get her on medical marijuana many, many years ago, over a decade ago here in New Jersey. And I want everybody to know it was very difficult to do and expensive to get medical marijuana, right? Was it same in Massachusetts?
Yeah. I mean, you still got to get a light medical card, which can be somewhat expensive. It kind of come down in cost, but a lot of people abandoned it because our recreational adult use, the prices have really dropped. The
Yes.
problem is the products still kind of suck. I gotta be, the,
Okay, I'm going to say something different. I'm going to say that back in the day when I did this, people were horrified. It was almost like I was being abusive to her by giving her marijuana. And like I did then and like I do now, I got the medical strain, right, for her seizures. And I have to say, my daughter can't talk. She's really nonverbal. She's not able to articulate anything, but you could see a lot by her behavior. Those seizures stopped immediately when I started giving her the medical marijuana. So, what I want to say to you to spread the word to other parents of developmentally disabled individuals that have seizures for sure and other medical conditions is you don't have to get a medical card. I agree with you. It was like jumping through hoops to get it because you can now go to the dispensary and tell them what's going on with your child and try something. And they don't have to be able to smoke. I cook it down in olive oil, and every morning I give my daughter a little bit of this in her juice.
nice. It helps, huh?
Yeah, definitely helps. I just wanted to share that because I'm
What do you
not sure
think
if you're
about the
aware of
fact
that.
that they call Gunduso a drug dealer because she used to sell, and she wasn't even really a salesperson. She was just the girlfriend of a guy that was the real marijuana kingpin, and she did a few things for him. She wasn't really the head of the operation. But what do you think about that? They called her a drug dealer because
I
she was in a dating a guy who sold cannabis when it was legal.
let me tell you something. I have this to say. Grow up.
Yeah,
We
idiot.
all did things, we all did things out of love. We all did things for fun. We all did things before we were grown that we maybe say, all right, it was a little iffy, but come on. In the scheme of things in the world, that's nothing. That woman has a great background. She has been through a lot and she's got courage. The unforgettable has courage. Chimmy has courage. I have courage. You have courage. JFK. I mean, you have to speak truth to power. And even when it's not inconvenient, and if you do, so if you mess up in life, you just say, I won't do that again and move on.
Yeah, and there's no there's nothing that's gonna happen. Like it's honestly like who gives a shit? Like I love
I
what
agree.
Altman says. It's like Meredith. They know now. We all know. It's like you're meaningless. You've sunk yourself. Like we watch your numbers are going down, down, down. Like you're not growing. You're talking about for the last 3 months. It's been about Meredith. Who gives? Does anyone really want to hear about someone's ex girlfriend? And now you're
No,
going after one of your biggest supporters for
no,
year, Altman. Does anyone really want to hear that?
no,
Like I
no.
don't know anybody that even the old school turtle riders are checking out. Even the ones who love him are like, ugh, really? Like, when are you
Like,
going to do the next big corruption thing? There is
well,
none. There's never going to be
just,
another corruption.
just to say it's all about content. When you're a content creator, you have to create. It's a cheap shot. We can attack people all day. It's like my uncle Aldo said, it's easy to be bad and it's hard to be good. And what are you going to be in life, he used to say. And you want to be good, you got to create content. That's the name of the game. Oh, I can't
Oh,
hear
sorry, it's
you.
me.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. Go good.
I see Glare in the chat talking about how he had Yannetti and Alessi on his show, maybe. And he's like, oh, have you had them on the show? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, have you had 4 U.S. Congress reps and a U.S. Senator on your show, Glare? Like,
Listen, it's not a
if you want to match
competition.
guest list to guest list, my guest list
Yeah.
beats yours, dude. And
Look,
number
it's not.
two is like, will anybody ever go on his show again? That's reputable.
Yes, of course, because it's about timing and context. This is all in the past. His breakup with Meredith in the past. You have to talk about today. Like everybody said, you have to talk about Kelsey. You got to talk about Karen. You got to talk about Mike Lank. You got to talk about everything that's happening right now to stay current. That's what content creators do.
Yeah,
And you're doing great. I'm glad to hear that you got the surgery.
or find new shit.
Yeah.
You know, I always find new stuff. They always. It's funny because they act like the only thing I ever did was I got lucky. I found Bettero. That wasn't
Huh?
luck. That was not luck. Like
This
if you think it's luck, then you don't know my last 20 years. And that's what I do. I
yes.
find the best and we jive and they love my show and they come back and it's good for all of us. And I've done that over and over and over again.
Yes, you
Whether it was
have.
Tito Jackson running for mayor of Boston against, Mayor Walsh, or I do it a lot. It happens a lot, actually. It's not the first time I've had a run with a
Yeah.
guest,
I
you
know.
know?
I listen to you all the time and I hear your story. And I gotta say, if you ask Chimmy and the Young Unforgettable what they think about luck, they'll say, there's no such thing as luck. I mean,
No,
you
you
work
make your
hard
luck.
and you're there,
You
you're in the
make your
opportunity.
luck.
But the
Yeah.
opportunity's in the moment, and the moment is now to generate content. And you're having, today you're having listeners call in and talk about any topic they want. So I
Yep.
talked about a whole new way of looking at the marijuana thing. And guess what? I would have done anything to stop my daughter's seizures. I would have sold anything I had to.
That's right. And you know what? Well, are you in Massachusetts? Oh, you in New Jersey, you said.
I'm in New Jersey, but
Do you
my
know Lucky?
family's
I mean, do
from
you know my bud?
Massachusetts. My
Yeah, do you know my
family's from Massachusetts. I went to
okay.
Stonehill.
Okay. So you know about Mascan and decrim and medical and
Yes.
legal. Yeah. Because I mean, I was there for the whole thing. And so I have also that credibility too. Like even with people at the state house, they know who I am from that. They still hit me up. They're like,
Yes.
Mike, what do you think about the cannabis? What do you? They still hit me up. It's funny, but do you know a guy named Lefty Grimes from New Jersey? He's a great activist down there for cannabis.
Lefty Grimes. No,
You got to
I
look him up.
don't.
Ed Grimes. He's on Facebook. He's funny as
Oh,
hell.
Ed Grimes. I've heard of
Yeah,
Ed Grimes.
yeah.
Yes.
Ed Lefty Grimes.
Look, there's a lot of characters in New Jersey, and we
Yeah,
have
he's a
the
character.
juice,
He's
we have
funny.
the excitement, we have the verve, we have a lot, a joy in life, just like you guys do up there. My family's from the Massachusetts area when they came from Italy, so I know a lot about Massachusetts.
Love it. I love Stoneham. My aunt
I
Mary
just hung
used to
up that
live in
call.
Stoneham. We used to go to Stoneham to see Aunt Mary. So
Oh,
love
Mike,
it.
I think you froze on
I
my end.
froze. No, I'm going. My maybe your end.
Can
People
you
can
hear
hear
me?
me. I'll check in the chat, but I,
Because I
I see
can't hear
I'm
you.
registered. Yeah. Hold on one second. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Everything looks like I'm good.
Can't hear you. But
All right.
let me end then. If you can hear me, nod your head. You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I just want to say thank you, Mike, for everything you and the other content creators do to keep it moving. Thanks to everybody in the chat. I don't even know who's there. I'll go in and say hi to everybody. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Let's keep it moving. If it's positive, if it's negative, speak truth to power, be true to yourself, and enjoy life. Bye,
Thank you so
everybody.
much. Thank you, Ultraviolet. Everyone can hear me in the chat, right? I just want to make sure because everything looks like it's working here. I'm not muted. I appreciate her call. Ultraviolet was good. Unfortunately, she couldn't hear me at the end. Okay, so I'm not frozen. Okay, good. Good. Oh yeah, Cindy made me. How about Jim and his wife, the one that Jim and oh, I don't want to say her last name, the wrong last name. She was one of the first cannabis patients that really, she passed away, but Jim's continued. They got some good people in New Jersey for medical cannabis that we've come to know. I want to thank all the new members. We're getting all these new members. I want to thank the Galera for helping us get some new members today. See what is as soon as we have a little drama, all the members come in. But this isn't our show. We don't do drama, except once in a while, just speak my mind. And we're taking nice calls. If anyone wants to call, you can call in today. I love the women callers. Oh, we got another troll that I love the trolls, actually. I'm enjoying this. This one. Your show sucks, but you're here. Rogue Boston Dash News, and a lot of people love it. A lot of people love my show, love my content. And you know who else loves the show? I do. I enjoy my show. I enjoy the guests that I have. I enjoy the platform. I enjoy the people in the chat. I enjoy our community. That's what matters. How do I feel? I haven't. Who the fuck are you? You're Rogue Boston News. I'm the guy in Boston. I have no idea who the fuck you are. So who are you? No call-in number. It's just we have a StreamYard link in the chat. It's pinned in the YouTube chat at the top. If you want to call in, you just hit that button. It'll take you right onto our show. You don't have to use video, but you definitely have to use audio. You can show your picture or not. It's up to you. Yeah, that's the thing. I got people that matter that love my show. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have Howie Carr watching you saying, "I love your fucking show." Like, do you think some no name matters to me? When I love my show, I mean, the longtime viewers know I am the biggest critic of myself. I know when I'm not great. I know what my strengths and weaknesses are on here. I know I'm not like super charismatic, super slick, and all that shit. but that's not, I'm authentic. I'm the local guy. I'm the news guy. I know all the politicians and the history. And I've had a no show roast beef, unlike some of these other jokers that are covered mass. Sparkly Rabbit, what's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, excellent. Listen, I just wanted to call in and do a quick like clear the air type of thing. Listen, I know that I had a live the other day and it didn't go as well as I had hoped it would go, but I'm fairly new at this. I'm trying to figure out the whole process and how it works. I could have handled the whole situation better. I know that people were trying to get on and say things to Jess Machado and talk to Jess Machado. But just to be clear, it was my spaces. I had asked her to come on. I had asked specifically for information that was pissing me off about her. And that's what my point of having that was. Not so that everyone else could jump onto the spaces and then address their beefs with her. Everyone has the absolute right to have their own platform, whether it's a spaces, whether it's a direct contact, whatever it might be, to talk with her or anyone else that they have an issue with. My issue was with the issue of adoption in general. As I mentioned on my spaces, I have a 26-year-old daughter that I adopted from Romania when she was 15 months old. She's autistic, and I found what Jess said was vile. Now, not just because she said it, but I also felt that it was vile the way she handled it with Jennifer Altman. Okay? And so in that situation, I am the one that started the spaces. I'm the one that called her up. She came on to my spaces. I didn't invite her. She came on there. Okay? But then I did invite her up because I wanted to clear up what I was really angry and frustrated about. And it became quickly very difficult to manage space. And I should have managed it better. But again, it's a whole new process for me. I'm learning. I could have muted people. I should have muted people. I shouldn't have let all sorts of people up. But it's, again, another learning process that I'm going through. But I will say that despite all of it, I did get some answers from Jess Machado regarding my concern, and that was my main focus at that point. I was not there to bring out everyone else's grievances that they had with her. That was not the point. If people, like MLF and other people have grievances and problems with her, then I highly recommend that they reach out to her or they do a spaces or they do some type of platform where they can address those situations. Mine was specific, and I tried to make that clear. And then after I had the spaces, I literally got lambasted by so many people, including this group of uh, koala triplets that seemed to think that I was somehow in cahoots with her and Kane to do that. There was absolutely no truth to that. They were accusing me of things that were absolutely untrue. I have never spoken to that woman in my life. I have never spoken to anyone else like that.
I just want to stop you there for a minute, stop
Yeah,
Sparkly,
sure.
because
Go ahead.
I've let you go for a little while. I heard what you're
Yeah.
saying. I didn't watch the spaces, so I gotta just say that. Like I didn't know what really happened there. I watched maybe like a minute of it.
Mhm.
Um, but I think the big criticism, and even what I would say, think about it, like just not even listening to it, is I would question anybody's credibility at this point that would put her on their platform, honestly, just due to the fact that, like, you're airing somebody that is so vile that they don't deserve any credibility to be on a platform. And like what they've done is so vile. So, and when you have the victims in that space and they want to speak against it and you don't let them up, of course they're going to get mad. And I think that you should expect the criticism from them. And especially when you say MLF could have her own space, do you think Machado's going to go up on a space with them?
Probably not, but if she has an issue with that person, then she needs to figure out a way to address it directly with that person. I was directly addressing a specific situation with Jess Machado. Now, I don't disagree that having certain people on your spaces are upsetting to other people, but I also look at things in the way that I'm willing to, if I have a problem with something.
It's more than upsetting though. Like for me, I look at it like you're platforming somebody that's trying to humanize themselves,
But I was
who's
not.
very vile, who's very vile. And some people felt like that's what happened on that. I didn't watch it all, so I don't know. I can't say that that's what happened, but that's what some people feel like, and that these people are very skilled at that. They know how to,
Hmm.
so it's a risk. I mean,
I
you have
know.
to admit that there is some justified criticism of it. I feel what you're saying. Like you wanted to deal with that issue, you wanted to confront her on it. I get that. I feel like that's actually valid, but I feel like you also, what I saw from you online is it didn't seem like you took the criticism that well, and you should
Well,
recognize that people have strong feelings on it and be like, I feel you on that. I get it, but instead it seemed like you got very upset at some of them, which
well,
my suggestion is that you should just be like, you know what? I get it. I get what you're saying. Maybe I could have done it differently. Yeah, I'll have to think about. That's what I would do because I just feel like there's two sides to it. I'm not saying you're right. I'm not saying they're right. I just feel like you both could maybe come together a little more, but it has to start with you. I feel like because you were the host of that stream.
and you know what? I hear what you're saying, Mike, and I don't disagree with what you're saying. I did go on and I did do a post to explain why I went on there and why I did what I did, and I also did apologize for not handling it better because I could have handled it better. Again, I'm fairly new to this, and I'm just trying to figure out how
Sure.
all of this works. But then when I become angry at one point? I did, because we had certain people that were going on there accusing me of being in cahoots with Jessica and Kane to try to do this for clicks and likes. I have never spoken to these people in my life. I am not friends with these people. I don't talk to these people, but I did have a problem with what occurred regarding Jess and her, the way that she handled the situation with Jen Altman and adoption. She generalized it, and it put people like me who has a child that's adopted from Romania with autism in a position where I feel like I had to defend the position of adoption. And that's all I was trying to do. So I, I don't disagree with what you're saying, and it's a lesson
Good.
learned.
Maybe we can work this out. I would love to see some peace on it because I'm seeing both sides, even in the chat. Some people are saying drama was the motive, and then there were another comment that said there was more pushback than necessary after the space and get why that was hard for you. So people are seeing both sides of it, I think, and just maybe we can move on. And I think it's something to learn from. Like, I would just be cautious, airing any of these people in any of your spaces, honestly, because they've got agendas.
It's it's
It's not
like, it's like anything, sometimes you have to go through something to take the lessons learned from
sure.
it and move forward, and
That's it.
that's the way I'm looking at it. Like, I am certainly not friends with any of these people. I am on the side of I don't like the vile, I don't like the rhetoric, I don't like any of that going on. It should not be happening, and I will speak out against those things. But that particular thing was very personal to me, and I did not expect her to be in the chat. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
And I did
Well,
not
I get
expect
that.
her.
I get that part. But the thing I would say too is that this comment: MLF is not being over dramatic. Look what has been done to her. So if you feel that way about your adopted child that wasn't even named, can you imagine what MLF is feeling when
I
this
do.
woman
I
has
do.
like gone way beyond anything generalized like that? Like MLF has really, I mean, it's disproportionate too to who MLF is. It'd be one thing if MLF was like Mike Crawford, or the Glare or whoever, with the platform. But MLF is just she was just a viewer, a listener, and
But
she got really attacked. Like,
well, and if I can just say this, and I'm not blaming her for it because she was trying to make her own point, right? But again, it was my spaces. I was trying to specifically address a specific question related to me, and she continually kept like talking over me and kept coming uh on top of me regarding her issues. Now, I don't mind letting people up if they're gonna talk about it, but it was clear that Jess Machado had no interest in even addressing that. So I was trying to get back to my specific reason for having the spaces and what I was talking about. And I think that, I would support MLF if she had a spaces or a chat, anything regarding that, to try and talk directly to her about that. I mean, I would be there in a second to support her. But, I feel like we have to also respect people that start a space to talk about a certain topic, that we have to respect the fact that let's stay focused on that topic. And then if there's other topics that we can bring into it, we can do that. But that, again, it would be like if MLF had a space, I wouldn't come on there and try to take over that space and be the person saying, okay, this is what I want to talk about. And again, I feel for her because I think what happened to her is terrible. But I think that there's other ways to handle that on different types of situations or platforms. And that's all I'm saying.
all right. Appreciate that. I'm glad you called in. Some people are asking who MLF is. She's just a woman that was a fan of Jessica Machado and then wasn't, and just really attacked this woman. It just like way beyond anything that's sane. It's just wild. They've created fake accounts about her, and it just they doxed her. I don't want to even say all the stuff in case I get it wrong, but it was just a
Right.
lot of ridiculousness about
Of course.
nothing. Yeah. So I appreciate you calling in, Sparkly Rabbit. Any last quick things you want to mention before
No,
you leave?
I just want to say that I love watching your shows. I'm here for all of them. And thank you for, being true to yourself and doing what you need to do. I recognize that you've tried to make peace in a lot of areas, and you can only do what you can do. So God bless you. And I'm so glad your surgery went well. I have early cataracts myself, and I'm having some vision difficulties in an eye. So it gives me hope that I can get back to having some clearer vision myself.
Awesome. It's easy. I would suggest it to anyone who needs it. It's not, as long as you go to a good place, which I did. I went to the Mass, a place that's affiliated with Mass General, so
Yep.
it was the best. I had a great doctor, and I'm so happy I did it.
Well, Mike, you rock. I just want you to know that I'm an avid follower and I'm always here for you.
Oh, thank you, Sparkly. We'll talk soon. Have a good day.
Yep. You too. Bye-bye.
All right. We also have Lynn, who's been waiting patiently. Let's see what Lynn has to say. Like I said, I don't know who's calling in. I'm not vetting any of these calls. It could be a troll. Could be someone who likes me. I'm prepared for whatever we get today. Lynn, you're up next. I'm going to bring you up right now. I hope you're ready. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good. How
Not a
you doing?
troll.
You're not a
I'm
troll.
good. I'm not a troll. No.
No.
We spoke before.
We have.
Calling from Scotland. I'm
Okay.
cheating.
Sounds familiar.
Yep.
I
While I'm
think I
at
remember
work,
you. Yes. You're a good caller.
uh, doing a bit of cheating, can type and speak at the same time. First of all, I'm glad everything went well with your procedure. Really good to hear that it's all been good for you. Uh, I don't really know what I've got to say. I've got loads to say, but it's whether or not I'm allowed to say it. First of all, I think you're doing really splendidly, absolutely magnificent in how you're keeping your head up with all the nonsense that's going on with some of the other creators. You've really, to me, shown a lot of bravery. It's like standing up against the bullies in a playground. We're way beyond playground, obviously, but what's been happening, it's vile. How any of these creators, I don't know if we're allowed to name them, but what Turtle Boy's doing, the Glader, Auntie Deb, so many of them. It is vile. It's utterly repulsive. how they can try and justify themselves is beyond me. And to start taking pot shots and being so horrendous to people who are actually saying, tone it down a bit, bring this back, this isn't necessary. To me, it's picking sides. It started off with Karen Reid, obviously, but it seemed like the minute she got her, not thankfully, thank every god out there, all the gods and goddesses, she was found innocent, and rightly so. And I hope she makes an absolute fortune from those scumbags that put her in that position, all of them. But it's like the cash cow's gone. How else can we make money from her?
Yeah, the
All
drama.
this. Oh
That's
yeah,
all it is.
totally.
Let's
It's
take down
taking a
LTL.
drama.
That's the funniest shit. Because even before Karen, they are already going after LTL. Like they had plans as soon as Karen was found not guilty. They were like, all right, now we're gonna go after the people we don't like on YouTube. That was their
Yeah,
plan, and they thought they were gonna end LTL, and LTL is crushing them. He had a
yeah,
live with 300,000 views in the last 10 days. He's been killing it, and that's the thing. They talked about views, subs, and now LTL is killing them. And guess what? JFK standing strong. He's making a shitload of money fighting them every night. He's got the super chats. He's got the
mhm,
long gamers.
yeah.
I took a break. I'm coming back. If you look at my
Mhm.
graphs, my numbers are going up. I'm no longer losing subs. I'm going up, and the money's going up. The views are going up. The guest list, and I'm just getting started. Like I haven't been this excited probably since when I first found Betero. Like that was, and I gotta say, like I loved having Betero on it, but after a while it was like I'm doing the same shit over and over again. I kind of got bored. People could even sense it. I like the variety. I like finding new shit. I like programming. And I feel like a free agent now. I feel like I don't have to fucking tiptoe around all this bullshit. These people, the fucking egos in this little thing. I don't have to. I'm a free agent. I am not indebted to anybody now. It feels good. And especially now I know where it's going, what I'm doing. That's always my thing. If I get anxious if I don't know really what I'm doing and where I'm going, and now I know. And I just watch LTL. LTL is the fucking leader now. It's so funny because I felt like I was leading a lot of times with this shit. LTL took the fucking mantle, and he fucking even showed me the old G this is what we're gonna do. It's fucking amazing. So I'm very happy for LTL, and I'm happy for all the viewers and your call in from Scotland. Not your first time calling. I remember you called before. Now it's as soon as we hear your accent, we remember. And people are loving your call. Anything else you want to say about any of the good people, let's say, in the movement?
Oh, just as you say, JFK is fantastic. I love his channel, love yourself, and it's actually great. You can really, when it opened up, I haven't caught a live for ages. Obviously, she's not been doing as many. And when I saw it, I thought, oh, I need to get in and see Mike. And just everything, it's almost like you've got a glow, like you've got an aura. You can tell the energy's there. It's all positive energy. It's all good. Uh, like LTL. Uh, and as you say, there's so much going. Unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff going on that's nothing to do with Karen Reid. Look what's happening with
Right.
Enrique. Look what's happening with Kelsey. These are something has to get done to find out the truth of what's going on. There's a lot of stuff that's happening that's got nothing to do with it. And as you say, there's so many creators that are just locked in the past. They can't move on. They want to try and resurrect what was their original moneymaker. You're missing the point about, I don't know if you're planning to call yourself an investigative journalist, go out and investigate other things. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. There's a lot of stuff that has to be brought to light, and you and a lot of the other creators are doing that. And I think it's a great thing. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And there should be. There's a lot of different content creators out there. If everyone is just doing the same thing, why would you bother watching anybody? Let's actually see, get new stuff out there, show people what's happening in the world, bring the stuff that should be brought, brought out in the open, get it brought out in the open, get it discussed, start having conversations, start get if something's going to be a movement, it's got to move. It can't be stagnant. And I think the majority of people, vaguely normal people, anyway, they know if you're wanting nonsense and drama, you know where to go. If you're wanting to see something that's new and fresh and actually does make a difference and matters, you also know where to go. And you're definitely in the latter category. And it's really good to see you back. I won't hold up in case anyone else is waiting. I won't hold them back, but just great to see you back. Great to see you looking so good, so positive, and can't wait to see what's coming.
Yeah, we got some. I can't wait. We got some good guests coming up. I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to some of these guests. Um, Let me see if Barrett even got back to me. Too. You ever hear of a guy named Barrett Brown?
Yeah, do you know it's ringing a faint bell.
What is it?
Faintly. It's not the
Yeah.
first time I've
Oh,
heard the name,
faintly,
but I
faintly
can't
remember.
really. Yeah.
Okay, it's funny because he was in the UK at one point. Barrett Brown was affiliated with Anonymous, but he wasn't really anonymous. He was basically the journalist, reporter, reporting on Anonymous. And some of his early reporting was really going after these military intelligence contractors, these defense companies, and this hack of HB Gary and some of these contractors, the deep state basically.
Hmm.
And they came after him and they jailed him. And at the same time, he won a national magazine reporting award. He won a very prestigious award. He was working along with a guy named Glenn Greenwald. Do you know that name?
Yes.
No? Yes? Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Edward Snowden. Glenn
Yes.
Greenwald
Uh-huh.
basically partnered with Edward Snowden, and Barrett Brown was all in that kind of that grouping, and Barrett even exposed Glenn Greenwald, and a lot of stuff that's come out more recently, and Barrett was exposing Palantir and Peter Thiel, and then they put Barrett in jail, in prison, the feds,
But
and then later,
this is what happens. The truth is
yeah,
dangerous.
yeah, and later he got
People.
released. They basically said he owed all these millions of dollars, which was ridiculous. He wrote a book, but a lot of the big media that covered Anonymous and shit, they basically shit on him. And he even showed how a lot of these big time reporters for Newsweek that were covering Anonymous and these other actors, these so-called leaders of Anonymous were actually working for the government. And he exposed a lot of it. He moved to UK and now he's in Mexico, but he's basically a truth teller. He's a real investigative journalist that's been right about a lot of shit. And now it's come to a head because you look at Jeffrey Epstein was recommending Peter
Hmm.
Thiel. Peter Thiel was the one who sponsored J.D. Vance. Peter Thiel is probably the new Jeffrey Epstein. And what I mean by that is they don't need to blackmail people with sex stuff like Epstein anymore. They already have all your shit. They have your phone. Peter Thiel knows everything that's going on your phone. So if they
Yep.
want to blackmail you, they just pull it up through the cloud through Peter Thiel's company, Palantir. They're spying on us all. And this guy's a big part of that, big part of the investigating of that. And I'm looking forward to having him on. He's coming back. He came on my show like 6 years ago, and it's going to be good. When Barrett comes back on, which might be tomorrow night, actually, I'm looking forward to it. I hope people check it out. That's one of the upcoming shows. I'll tell you that.
Oh, that he would be fantastic. And this is the thing. It's not so much that's one. There are hundreds of examples where journalists have been jailed, are being harassed, are being threatened because they won't back down and they will continue to forge forward to expose the truth and expose the liars and the cheats and the criminals and all of it. Just in Epstein files, it's just some of the stuff that's coming out now. 3, 4 years ago, you were nuts, you were a conspiracy theorist, all the stuff, flat earther, you know nothing. And now it's like, yeah, we'll just forget about that. And let's move on. You know, it's like, yeah, you were actually right, but we're not going to talk about you being right. But you know, it's terrifying actually, the control, the constructs that are in place to control the people and protect the abusers. Oh, it's vile. And I mean, every sort of like bankers, journalists, these media moguls. And in Scotland, in Britain, UK, it's the BBC is your biggest news outlet. I wouldn't. I don't even look at that kind of stuff anymore. I very rarely buy a newspaper. I automatically just think it's lies. You're not telling us the truth. You're telling us this filtered version of what you want people to believe, and then that's it. It's like, here, take your thing and go. It was a fantastic. I loved the man. If he was someone they should make a church to, Bill Hicks used to talk a lot about stuff like that. Great American comedian. And that was it. It's just like, sit in front of your TV, just keep taking in all this manufactured garbage and just stop thinking. And that's what that majority of people who are in any form of control, that's what they want people to do. And that's why, not being rude, it's on a far smaller level. That's why people like you, like Brian, like another person, another YouTuber that I love is Emily D. Baker. There's so many channels out there. Nan, yep, that are ignoring just this. We think this is important. Look what's happening in this court case. Look what's happening here. Look what's happening in this area. Oh, it might be little things, but you get enough little things together and it becomes a big thing,
That's
and
it.
it can't be ignored.
There's
And
so
that's
much we
it.
could cover. Yeah, that's
I
it.
know. And just one last thing, I promise, one last thing, and then you can get someone
Yes.
else on. The stuff about Nan, I can't believe, I don't mean it's funny, but it makes me want to laugh, because when Nan first started giving her incredibly generous donations to people, she was fantastic. She was golden. She was light and love, and oh, we love you. We love your money better, but we love you. And the instant there's that slight tilt away from what people want and expect, she's now, again, she's the villain. It's not funny, but it's laughable, absolutely pathetic. And it just shows, again, the character of these people, that the minute you're not fitting into a little slot that they want, not giving them all the adoration they think that they should be entitled to, you're nothing. You're the enemy, and you have to be shut down. And I wish you and her and all the other good creators all the best.
I
Keep doing
love
what you're
it.
doing. It's
Thank you, Lynn. You
fantastic.
make such a good point, because it's so funny what they criticize Nan about is that she's generous.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like that's the worst she got against Nan. She's generous in
I know
public. Oh, how
exactly.
dare she? And then they claim she only does it for the public attention, but half the time she sends me money, honestly. Like, she just most recently sent me a nice donation. It was not public. And she didn't want anyone to say anything about it. Like, she doesn't always do it in public. And even when she does it in public, I think it's because she wants to inspire other people to give. That's
Mhm.
why I do things in public, because I want to inspire other people to do the same thing. It's like,
Exactly.
it's pretty fucking obvious. And I'm somebody that used to be totally private, not talk about shit. Even my girlfriend says, you talk too much about what you're doing, all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, but that's the way of the world now. It's not like when we grew up, where you kept everything quiet, you kept everything private. Generally in the real world, that's the way I come up. That's the way I act.
Mhm.
But on this, it's a different thing. You want people to be inspired to do good things. And it's the jealousy. That's what I see. That's why JFK jumped on when Jess Machado called me, Mike's making money, Mike. They're jealous of it. That's one of the reasons they came after LTL and I. They're jealous of us because we're independent. We don't need to suck on someone else's, to get ahead.
Mhm.
Like, we could be independent, just cover our shit forever, and we'll grow because we got resources, content, hard work, knowledge. Like, we don't need that little world that they're in. And that's what gets them so fucking triggered. And the same with Nan. Nan is successful on her own right. And the same with JFK. JFK was successful before YouTubing. So like,
Mhm.
he doesn't need any of this. He could just do his little hip hop entertainment company for the rest of his life. He was fine. That company kills it. I don't think people recognize they make money off Mac Miller every freaking day. Like, Mac Miller is like a big freaking deal in hip hop, and they recorded his
Mhm.
music, and like, they don't get it. Like, people are really dumb, but they subconsciously do, because they're actually very jealous. That's why they try to discount it. That's why they try to call him Hood Booger, and that's why they say, "Oh, Mike's got no views." I had the biggest fucking 2 years ever, and my next
Yeah.
2 years are going to be even bigger. You know, like
Yeah, they're
so.
getting better.
So you're trying to clock me? I fucking laugh at it now. It's just like, are you shitting me?
You should, and I
Same
think
with
that's
LTL.
good. Yeah,
LTL had the biggest 2 years he ever had, and guess what? Last month was bigger. So are you talking about that right now, Clara?
yeah, definitely. Oh well, but I'll just can't even be bothered. Stumpy, he should be in a cell somewhere. That man's a danger. And I think it's the thing is as well. I don't have a stream. I don't do anything at all on social media apart from post stupid memes. But everything that you're doing is very obviously it takes time. You don't turn it on 5 minutes before and away you go. You've obviously taken time. You're organising. There's organisation. There's this. This is essentially a business. There's no other business that you wouldn't expect people to be compensated for. So why should this be different? Yeah, you're choosing to do it. No one's got a gun to your head forcing you to make these streams, but that doesn't take away from the time and the effort that has to be done to make the stream happen. And it's not only making the stream happen, making it happen consistently. And like you're saying, you get people that are coming on, people who obviously understand that you are serious about what you're doing. This isn't a joke. Uh, the content that you're creating is valid, it's valuable,
Yep.
it's entertaining, it's a lot of different things.
That's
And
right, Lynn. You're
if that
right. I mean,
if it
like
wasn't if it wasn't
today
worth
has
it,
not. I gotta say, today didn't take much preparation at all because it just, I knew I was gonna talk about my eye and just take some calls and talk about the current events. But
Mhm.
when you do the guests, a lot of the guests, it takes time. Like I
Yep,
just recently had City Councilor Ed Flynn on. I started talking to him in November, right before Thanksgiving. So
yep,
it took me from November to basically, last month to get him on the show. That happens a lot. And you got to research, you got to be prepared for it. So it's a lot more than people think. And I really appreciate your call. I hope you call again. Lynn from Scotland. Everybody give Lynn a round of applause in the chat. I want to thank you so much for calling in today.
oh thank you, that's so kind. Thanks guys, I'll go back into the chat, I'll still be here. Brilliant, lovely to speak to you again, Mike.
Do you mind? What is your screen handle? I want to make sure I know you in the chat from now on.
Pagan poet.
What is it?
Pagan poet.
Spell it for me because you got an accent and I'm
Pagan, Pagan.
okay.
Poet, Poet, just all one word. I don't tend to put my real name up in the chat.
That's perfect. I'll look for you. I appreciate you calling and very excited for the future and seeing you in the chat, Lynn. They're all loving you in the chat. They're giving you applause and so they love you. I hope I thank you for calling today. You made
That's
my day.
fine. And you've made mine. Thank you so much. Again, I will try my best. The only thing is with the time difference, but I do try. I keep an eye out and I do try.
Awesome. We'll be looking
I'm
for you.
normally
I think tomorrow night. I think with Barrett Brown. I want you to come in and check that out. It's going to be a big show.
The problem is your evening is my early hours of the morning and I'm
Well,
working.
you
But
can
I'll
walk it in the
try.
morning. Yeah, you can watch it the next day then
Yes,
sometimes.
oh definitely. That's where I normally get you on repeat.
The
Catching alive
replay.
is a gem for me.
Yes. Awesome. I love the replay. I love the people who watch the replay just as much. Thank you so much for calling in today.
No problem at all. Thank you.
Bye now.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Wow, I love our callers. This is amazing. We've had great call after great call. I love her accent. Now I'm really going to have a great call here. Oh my God. This is one I actually wanted to have up. um, the next caller we have in the green room right now, she kicks major ass. I love her crew and I love how they get under some of these YouTubers' skins. Like the YouTubers are really triggered about these people because of their spaces and how they got nothing to lose and they're just destroying. They're just eating it up. They're like feasting. And you can't mess with these women. Like I said, you can I love the voice of Astro. I can't believe they're going after Astro. How the fuck do you go after Astro? Like that's the funniest shit. But this other lady who I fucking love her. I love so many of them actually. Let's bring her up. Babs, what's up?
Good, good afternoon, Mike. How are you?
Oh my god, I'm very happy to just have the people calling in today. I've had the best callers today and
You really have. Lynn was awesome,
yeah,
and more people have been too. I'm really excited about. Is that show tonight or tomorrow night?
tomorrow
The
night.
gentleman
I would do it
so
tonight, but I got the house cleaners coming today,
yeah,
and they usually get here last. We're like the last place they stop at, so I just don't want to be stressed. Sometimes I'll book someone at like 6:30, and they're still here, and I get all stressed out. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow night. And plus, I don't know how I'm
uh,
gonna be feeling. If I'm gonna be tired, I've been getting up early for all these doctor's appointments. I had another one early this morning, but and I might just I might do another show tonight by myself, solo, like I'm doing now. But tomorrow, it's gonna be tomorrow night.
I can't wait. I look forward to buying his book after your show. I had not heard all of that, but that's the sort of thing that interests me
It's the
quite a
funniest
bit.
thing. Like I said, we sell books here. You think the
Yeah.
Galera sells any books? Has
No.
any author ever gone on his show? Do you think his people buy books or read books?
They just chase the little drama that he clearly chases around in comments. I've seen him in your comments, the Can We
Yeah.
Keep It Real, JFK. Like he just goes around in people's comments to start shit because that's all his life amounts to
Yeah, he's got.
is
Yeah, I mean,
shit talk.
other than that, he's sitting in his bed and is watching cartoons all day. This guy Howie Carr told us we sold a lot of books for him. I know we sold a few books for her, which is this book by Michelle McPhee, ma'am. We sell books over here. We read books and we sell them, and we have
Yeah.
great guests. And they give me shit about that. They're like, nobody wants to watch you unless you have guests. And it's like, why do the guests want to come on? Why do you think they want to come on, Glara, with me and not you?
Yeah, because you do sell books, and that's what your audience is into.
And our audience
It's
likes to read.
crazy.
I got the audience I want now. This is great.
It's interesting. Like, are they just planning on chasing drama around forever? Like, is that their long-term plan? Because I think that people are pretty well done with that. The negativity, the fallout has been severe, and it seems to be just getting worse. And is it a panicked thing that they're just trying to hold on to this last little bit of relevance by
Oh, they're
starting
trying to
more?
squeeze. It's like they're trying to, like when you squeeze the sponge and you try to get a little more water out, a little more water. There's no water left, but you're still trying to get a few drops left because you don't know how you're gonna eat it. You don't know how you're gonna drink water after the sponge has no more water in it. I mean, that's kind of what it is for these people, and especially for someone like the Galera, like Machado. I just shake my head at because she could actually do journalism.
Yeah.
She used to do journalism. She used to do politics. I know it's harder. I know you don't get as many clicks or you don't get that immediate satisfaction, but she could have built something up long term and had some credibility. And she kind of had that until all this YouTube shit. It's just funny.
Yeah.
But the Galera, I mean, if Turtle Boy goes to jail, he's got nothing. What's he going to cover? He's going to just talk about how bad it is in jail for Turtle Boy. I mean, he does nothing. And if JFK ever stops talking about this shit, I mean, I'm pretty much done. I'm just talking about it today because people are like, "Oh, Aiden said you're trying to get friendly with him," and it's like, you know. And I'm kind of gloating. I gotta say, I'm kind of fucking gloating about it because I said this shit in October. They bashed the fuck out of me. I mostly just took it and shut up. But it's like I knew long game what was gonna happen. I knew my credibility would last out. I know that I could always get these guests. And for the most part, I didn't want to subject the guests. I don't want to bring in my best guests and have them get a bunch of shit from these trolls. But it's at the point now that it doesn't matter. Like I've had a few of them on, they already know, and they're just like, we don't care either. We don't give a shit. Like this is a good show. You sell books. You sell that. This is the conversation we want to have. They're going to come on the show, and it's like I'm moving on, just like LTL moved on. And it's like, what are they going to do in 6 months? What is the glare going? Is he still going to be walking around the park pretending JFK's after him? Is that what he's like? I'm so afraid. He's like the victim now. The big tough guy is I'm so afraid. I mean, it's so funny how these guys act like tough guys one day and the next day they're like, oh, this girl, this woman, she ruined my life. Like it's just like, how can you be the tough guy and the victim at the same time? That's what I don't get. I don't get how the audience believes it.
I don't either. Like, it doesn't it doesn't make sense. And maybe a lot of their audience just isn't on Twitter, or I don't know because I don't know how anybody's
I
missing
think a
any of
lot
it.
of them are just low IQ, low success, and they just
Yeah.
they love they're the people that still pick up the National Enquirer to read about how this celebrity fucked up because it makes them feel good about their little life. Like
Yeah.
that's what I look at that audience as. And that audience to really pay off over the long run, you need millions. That's why like National Enquirer goes so, in their sinking. Like that model almost doesn't work anymore. That Jerry Springer model. People
Right.
want better quality and
Positivity.
which is generally a lesser audience, but you make more money from that lesser audience because they're better people. They have money. They have
Hmm.
interest. They'll pay more for that kind of quality.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, you guys, like LTL with his 300,000 views, all of that is just indicative of what's to come. All of you guys that are focusing on doing your thing and not staying wrapped up in all of that craziness, it's going to be fun to watch over the next 6 months. Like you were just saying, you guys actually have plans. Um, Made with good intention. You guys aren't trying to make money off of keeping people in a negative state of mind. You're trying to do better for yourself and your listeners. You guys care about your listeners. Most people do not care about the people listening to them. You guys interact with your listeners. You really enjoy them, and it's not just because they're sending you money. You guys really take the time to get to know people. It means a lot to people, and that's
Well,
why
you know
your
what I
support will
like?
always be so strong.
Yeah, because I come from like an activism community building, and what I love is the audience that really cares about this stuff. That's what gets me going. Is that they care just as much as I do. They're sending me tips. They're telling me what's going on in this place and that place, and it's like the ones that are like actively involved and they want to bring change like that. Like that's what gets me going. It's just like I love that, and I love that the ones that like are mad about Kelsey because they get it. They're like, this is about Kelsey. It's not about these YouTubers, and this is about Karen. It's not about you, dude. Like that's what I always keep in mind too. It's like we're all here for the same cause. That's what gets me going.
Yep, yep, and it's obvious to most people who are listening anyway, and that's why you guys will have continued success. It's just something that you can see playing out, and like you were saying, he's trying to get the last little bit of water from the sponge. That's how desperate it all seems to everybody watching. Also, it's just pathetic, really.
Yeah, it is. And it's not going
Hmm.
to last for them. That's the thing. And it's already showing signs of it. The wheels are starting to come off
Yeah.
the bus. You know what I mean? I mean, last night, tell us about that stream because I started listening to it this morning. That the space on Twitter, and I
Yeah,
was just blown away to hear Gunduso, Altman, and
and Meredith.
Meredith together. And I
Yeah.
was like, I wouldn't fuck with any of the three of them. I wouldn't. Those fucking
No.
all of them are survivors,
Yep.
and I would not fuck with them. Like
Mm-mm.
it's like, dude, what are you doing? What, like, it's they're not like some of the other people you went after in the past. This is different now.
Right. But yeah, just wow. You, especially the two Altman and Meredith, would think anybody would have the good sense to know, as long as they were around, as much as they've seen and heard, and as intelligent as they are, regardless of your feelings on them for whatever went on, they know things, they've seen things. Why is he going there? Like there's not any part of him that says, "Oh, we should probably just back up and play it cool." Like, no, with Jen, they had already had an argument, but they had agreed to talk when she got back from vacation or honeymoon, and he couldn't wait to talk to her. So he started, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, threatening her by making statements on his live streams about things he was going to do and say about Jen Altman. Like, couldn't even give her time to get home and have the conversation that they had planned. It's it's almost sad. It's not sad because he's doing it to himself, but it's fascinating to watch that
Self
he,
sabotage, self
yeah,
sabotage, hubris,
big time,
ego.
big
Nobody
time.
matters to him. He doesn't need anybody.
Mm-mm,
That's what
mm-mm.
when he treats Altman like that. That's what he's telling all his writers. You're all expendable, every single one of you. Nobody matters to any of this except for me, Turtle Boy. That's what he's telling everybody.
Yeah. And I saw today somebody shared that he was saying that they were never really friends. He did
Yeah.
consider her a loyal listener or some weird something like that. This is silly.
Like nobody's a real friend. He said the same thing about me, didn't he? I never liked
Mhm.
Mike, he said. That's funny because he said he liked me a lot on his show. Was he lying to his listeners when he said he liked me?
Yeah.
Same thing he said at
Well, you
JFK.
never know
He
when.
fuck he said JFK gave the best interview ever, all this shit, and then the next week he's like, he's fucking sucks, he's a loser. It's like I mean, this is the thing about longtime turtle riders. I wonder if they have severe brain damage because this happens over and over and over again. The shit he's saying about Meredith is just like LG 1 and 2.
Hmm. Hmm. And any other
And
lady that walks
yeah,
away.
and Kara in this one. I mean, there's
Yeah.
just so many we could point to. The stuff for that he did to Kara, I
That
don't know
broke
how
me.
any person could watch that
Mm-mm.
in their right mind. And I'm disappointed when I say cowards. There's some people on the bandwagon that I can't fucking believe it. Like that
Yeah.
Rebecca lady from New
Hmm.
Hampshire
Yeah.
NPR and the other one. It's like you're LGBTQ and you're watching them fucking rip this woman that he slept with and
Hmm.
he's getting off on it and you're like, "Oh, it's just Aiden being Aiden. People should know better." It's like, what do you think he's going
What?
to do to you eventually
Yeah.
when you
Why is
don't
it
toe the line?
acceptable?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what
Just because he's Aiden.
and these people too, like the two I just mentioned, they don't need Aiden. Like that's the thing that kills me about them. It's like you have success on your own. You have people that respect on your own. Like they're on a level like I am or LTL. And they're sitting there fucking Aiden. It's like they have a crush on him. I don't get it. Some of these
I
people, I'm
don't get
like,
it
they're
either.
really fucking brainwashed or something. They
It,
have
it,
issues.
it's weird that the whole Kara thing. I already didn't like him, but I didn't really say anything about him publicly at all because obviously you're going to get attacked if you did. But when I saw the video of Kara crying, begging, please, what can I do? I'll do anything, and he's laughing. That
No, that was
and
so sick. That
oh,
was
it was
sadistic.
demented.
That was
Yeah,
like watching
exactly.
a serial killer type vibe.
Yeah.
Like it was like, when they try to these actors try to do the method acting and be like the most evil character. That's what it felt like. It was like this can't be real. This guy is really that sadistic. Like the woman
Yeah.
is I don't know. For me, when a woman's crying, I might tune them out in some respects if I feel like it's unjust. But I can't be sadistic like that. Like
Mm-mm.
especially in this situation too, where it's not unjust. This woman, her life has basically been ruined and she's upset. And it's not like some trivial thing. It's not like, oh, you forgot to send me roses. This is like real shit.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't he not only does he not care, he gets off on it. That's why fucking
That
he gets
that
off on
part.
it. This
Yep.
is he likes it. He's enjoying it.
Hmm. And he even said it. He talked about people can say he was joking, whatever, not saying he had his erection in that moment, but he talked about it like things. It's yeah, demented is the perfect word, and it's not just her. Like there were a lot of people he's been that way too that I didn't see. There was the Jen, obviously Leah. Leah's been putting up with this for 7 years,
When
but
I heard
hearing
her
it,
story and when she was
mhm,
crying, like literally
yep,
crying about what he did, when he's calling her workplaces, like what kind of scumbag
wild,
does that? I'm a
right?
reporter. I'm calling about my ex-girlfriend to try to get her fired.
Yeah,
Like that's I mean, he didn't say that I'm trying to get her fired, but that was why he was calling.
for sure.
And
Why?
stalker. She moved to North Carolina to get away
Mhm.
from this dude. It's like, really? Really? That's what you're doing.
It's just an
I've never
absolute
had
lack
any
of
issues with
conscience.
any of my ex-girlfriends. You'll never find me harassing any of my ex-girlfriends. I remember I was in 11th grade and I had kind of a bad breakup with a girl. And I was kind of acting like that. And I think it was my brother said to me, she's afraid you're going to act like this other crazy dude who had done shit to his ex-girlfriend. And when my bro said that to me, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess she's right." Next time I saw her, I was nice to her. And
And
we were cool ever since. Like if I see her today, I'm friends with her. If I see her, like I got along with the guy she ended up marrying. He's a cop actually. Like
yeah,
any ex girlfriend of mine, whether it went bad on her end or my end, we get along. Like that's just not. You have common history with people. Like why would you burn relationships like that? Like you want to
right.
be that guy that always has a. I don't get it. Like that stuff I grew out of when I was in 11th grade, and I
Right.
gotta say, my bro always had my back like that. He would say like, dude, my bro's a year younger than me. My bro and we always covered each other like that. Like I feel like that's what these dudes don't have. They don't have somebody in their lives saying, hey, you know what? You need to think about that. Or even just the self reflection. I don't even need to talk to my bro anymore. I just go in the room by myself and talk to that voice in my head. Some people call it God. Some people call it whatever you call it. It's just when you're an adult, you shouldn't be making those. I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't either. And the absolute worst case scenario, I feel like this is true for most adults. If you are so angry at somebody that you just really despise them, the only thing that I've ever found that works for me in my entire adult life is just walk away.
Yeah.
Forget about them. They cease to exist, and sure they'll talk or do whatever. It doesn't matter. Like if I'm done with somebody, I'm so done with them. But he's never done with people. And I don't know if it's because of something wrong within him or he's just that hell bent on making bullshit content because he can't do real work to make content. I really don't know.
It's
It
gotten.
feels
I
like
think a
something's
lot of people are
broken.
noticing it's gotten worse over the years. I feel like this is the worst. It's funny because during the Karen Reed trial, I felt like he got better to an extent. There were some moments I was like, but mostly I felt like now looking back on it, I felt like Meredith kept him in check. Like she was that voice in his ear, like, dude, maybe not do that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
let's talk this out. And I think ever since he lost that, he's gone in that other direction, which is worse than ever. And he's basically blown a golden goose. Like he'll never.
Big
I
time.
don't think he's gonna ever have an opportunity like he had with Karen Reed again. I don't.
No. Who would trust him?
That's it.
Sharing
Who's gonna
text,
trust him?
burning sources. Nobody.
And the
Nobody.
word's out on the street. I mean, even law enforcement knows. I'm hearing from cops. They're like, dude, that guy's cooked. We can't share shit with him anymore. He's cooked. He's
Mhm.
bad news. That's why
It's
they reach
yeah.
out to me and
Right.
JFK and Sean McDonough and John Como. Like, there's plenty of other people that people trust that they don't trust him
Mhm.
anymore.
Mhm.
Jay Brill. Maybe that's why
Yeah.
he's so mad at Jay Brill. Jay Brill
That's
is a
so
trustworthy
funny.
stand-up guy. Cops see that. Cops watch
Yeah.
us and they're like, these are the stand-up people. They get it. And so don't the victims.
Hmm. The attacks on Jay Brill have been so funny. 'Cause what not funny because haha, just funny that it's never going to land, and it's so predictable how they. I don't know. Did they just see him and he's a decent looking man and he's on the opposite team from them, so they send all the people out to attack him, try to make fun of his appearance, his intelligence, and everything else. It's just so weird how bothered these people are by anything JFK, Mike, LTL. Like they're so bothered, they get so personal and so low. It's just so silly. And these are all supposed to be adults. I don't. I guess it's been the online realm, the YouTube streets, if you will, for a long time, and people like myself just didn't know it because this is just some cutthroat, wild, childlike shit. Sorry for cursing.
Oh, it's fine. You know what's funny about Jay Brill too is he's like the way he carries himself and speaks. He's pretty amazing guy. Like to be around. Even Just Machado was like trying to like get all angry at all of us at the Kelsey thing, and Jay Brill was like I stayed away from her, so she had no real interactions with me. I was on the other side of the press conference basically, but Jay Brill was right in the mix with her, and she couldn't help but not like him. And like that's the thing. When you meet us, it's a different game, and people know, especially someone like Jay Brill. He's not only good looking, he's got a nice voice, he carries
Mm-hmm.
himself well, he's intelligent, he's got character. That matters the most, character more than anything else. it stands out, and that's why there's a lot of jealousy there. You can feel it, and
Yeah.
he's a big guy too. He's like, you ain't gonna fuck with Jay Brill. Like, it's funny, and he doesn't got a bad knee. He's not like a fake tough
Right.
guy. Um, and this is like Natalie D notices. I mean, this is how spiraling they are. They're going after B and DJ, who like stay out of everything. They're like just Mr. and Mrs. Like, we don't say anything bad about anybody. They're like fucking saints. Like, I don't know how they do it. I I can't be like that. After a while, I'm just like, I'm gonna say my piece. They're like, you know what I mean? And they're fucking going after DJ and Bia. And what is their
Yeah.
crime? They want to raise money for Karen Reed, and we're
Hmm.
too lazy on the other side to do it.
It's wild. It's just
I mean, and that's what it was
really
with
wild.
LTL and me too. They kept saying, "Oh, they're trying to get our head on Karen Reed." No way. LTL and me, myself, we had access to Karen Reed the entire two trials, and we didn't even try. Like, especially me, I never, I never did that. And I never would. And number two, I already know enough about Karen that even if I was that crazy to be like, conniving and trying to get ahead on Karen, that would be the most foolish person to try that on.
Right.
She would fucking block you so fast because she'd learned. She'd learned
Hmm.
from the assholes. She's not a pushover, and she's already smart before she met the assholes. She already knew the game before she met the assholes. But now that she's
Right.
met the assholes, like, she's the last one anyone's gonna play game on. She's not, and she doesn't need anybody. She's got
No.
friggin' Panda, and she could go on Lawyer in a second. Like, he would have her on. Anybody, EDB, any of them would be like, when do you want to do a show? As soon as
Yeah.
she hit them up. Billy Bush, Brother Counts, any of them. You name it. What YouTuber, large YouTuber with an audience wouldn't want Karen Reed to be on their show? And she's also got her own channel. The last thing she needs is to be like, following orders or doing favors for LTL or I. And the thing is,
Right.
LTL and I would never ask her, like, because we're
No.
not scumbags. And she knows it. That's why she talks to us, because
Yep.
she knows we're real, legitimate, nice people. She likes us as people. That's it. Same with JFK. It's so funny how they act like we're trying to make some move. That's their thinking. That's the way that they act, not us. And that's the way
Yep.
the Glera was the entire time with them. That's
Yeah.
why he got them all on the show. And I didn't have any of them on the show, all the fundraisers, because I never asked them. I did the fundraisers over and over and over again. I never asked them on the show. Glera's big idea is, I'm going to do a big fundraiser. I'm going to ask them to come on. You know why I didn't ask him? Because she's facing murder trial. Like, I don't
Right.
want to ask her for shit.
Yeah. There were very few of you that were actually worried about her as a human and the things that she was experiencing and how hard everything was for her. So it's noticed by the people in general, the ones who are paying attention anyway. Um, and for sure, I'm sure her, but yeah, they don't care about her or anybody else as a person at
No,
all.
they don't. All they care about
Mm-mm.
is their clicks, their views, their fame. That's it.
It's sad. It's sad. I really appreciate you talking to me. I got to run and get
Thank
one
you
of
for
the
calling.
kids to the doctor. Thank you so much, Mike. You're so loved and appreciated. All you guys are, and I hope that you all feel that and see it these days
I do.
because I
I
know things
appreciate
were really
you.
hard.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because it's always worse than you think it will be. Like, it's when you look back on it, it's like, oh, I just lost all the losers. I lost all the fake
Amen.
friends, which is a
Yep.
good thing. Now I know who's
Right.
fake.
Exactly.
And when they all try to come back in, when we start moving up, I'm going to be like, those are the people I don't answer the calls or the texts or the messages from.
Yep.
They want to apologize. Maybe I'll consider it. But, even then, it's like,
Even then, you still know the whole story
I know
now.
the real person,
Yes.
unless unless it's really genuine. And genuine usually means making amends to really. So we'll see.
Agreed.
I appreciate you. I'm so glad you called in. Thank you so much, Babs.
You're so much. Thank you very much. And I'll see everybody on X later. Y'all have a good day.
You too. We love you. Babs is
All right. Love,
awesome.
love you.
Let's hear
Bye.
it for Babs on the way out in the chat. Thank you, Babs. I love Babs. I love them all. I do. Bonnie, Babs, Astro. I love Astro's voice. Astro. I got a crush on Astro's voice. I do. I just, something about it. Babs is super level headed, but I like when she gets fired up. She does. She's, yeah, I'm glad my eye surgery. Oh, Andrew Myers. See, there's another one. Andrew, would you come on my show again? See, I love Andrew Myers. Great attorney. He says, "Hey, Mike, glad your eye surgery went well. I had eye surgery a few years ago at Leahy, and it was great. Keep on trying." Andrew, I'm so glad I did it. This left eye that I couldn't see out of, it was like, oh, it's my better eye now. It's just amazing. It's amazing. So happy I did it. Thank you, Andrew. See, I love my chat. You guys will keep me here all night. Is Sarah here? I thought I saw Sarah here earlier. Oh, the glare is still here. He says, I'm losing all my viewers, bro. Don't worry, I'm still here. But you said LTL was losing all his viewers. What happened there? You don't want to talk about LTL? Does LTL have more subs than you? Do I have more subs than you? Did I pass you, Glare? Are you giving someone advice who started 30,000 subs behind you but passed you? Are you giving someone advice who's had better jobs in their life, more success than you in their life, who has more money than you, who doesn't live in their mom's basement? What's your biggest achievement in life, Will? You passed any laws? You freed anyone from prison? When I talk about it, it's bragging, right? Let's hear what you've done. You haven't done much but smoke cigarettes on your live and grift off Aiden Carney. And even Aiden knows it. Even Aiden doesn't defend you. I noticed that when I was texting with Aiden. He didn't defend you because he knows it's true. Doesn't he? Doesn't he? He knows that you make money off of him. Why don't you call in, Clara? Let's grow some balls. Call in. See how you do. Big tough guy. Hey, Clara, were you embarrassed when you talked about getting kicked out of a bar because you were creeping on two women recently? Isn't that embarrassing getting kicked out of a bar? You're 50 years old. Was it embarrassing when you went to the Karen Reed? Oh, is he going to call in? No, Lisa. We'll bring up Lisa. I just want to ask Clara, I'll bring up Lisa in a second. Was it embarrassing, Clara, when you got shit-faced at the Karen Reed fundraiser, with double-fisted all night? You were staring at me. You were staring at me all night like you were really uncomfortable. You were double-fisted all night. You didn't eat. Meanwhile, I had 2 plates of food plus dessert, and it was phenomenal, by the way. So my vitals were good. You know you're feeling good and healthy when you eat, right? You couldn't even eat. You had to drink. You couldn't even eat. All you did was drink at that party. And legitimately, what we heard is that Las Vegas cops had to basically drag you back to your hotel because you were so fucked up. And then you go on your live and you talk about it and say someone roofied you. And then your chat reminds you that you were drinking on an empty stomach. Is that embarrassing for you? I'd be embarrassed if I were you. Can't even control his drink at 50 plus years old. And you're talking about, oh, views. Why don't you get the basics down for us, bro? Lisa, how you doing today?
Hi, Mike. I just got home from radiation. Doing okay. How's it
Yeah,
going?
that's the other thing, Clara. How can I'm sorry, Lisa. I love you, but I just want to address this fool one more time because he's going to play it on his show. How do you not have a license for 10 years? Like I think that's your biggest success is when you were in the paper. I've been in the newspaper a lot for good shit, like when the Boston Globe said my reporting helped employees in Massachusetts. The Glara's biggest news story was when he got arrested and like evaded the police and assaulted them and lost his license for 10 years. That was his biggest headline. How you doing today, Lisa?
I am doing okay, Mike. How are you?
Good, I'm fired up. When that jackass comes up in the chat, I'm fucking loving it. I'm fucking loving it today. It's like beautiful, dude. Give me what I want. You can play it on your show, Galera. I'll never copyright strike you because I don't hate on the money because that's the only money you're ever gonna get. Like, just that's it. That's the only way for you to get money is to play our shit. He's even
walking
laughing. He knows it's
around,
true. He knows
walking
it's true.
around with his dog and his gun as
Yeah,
if we're gonna come get him. It's just
yeah,
so
send us a
funny.
super chat, Clara. Jesus Christ, because that's the only way you can make money is off of us. Go
Oh,
ahead,
that's
Lisa.
great. That's great. Great show, Mike. I'm so happy. I'm glad your eye is doing well. I'm glad your show is doing well. I'm glad that everybody is standing up to these bullies, and we're mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore. And, it's time for them to face the music.
Yeah, I mean it's just it's funny. I mean, when you have a chat, a live space full of women, hundreds of women calling you out, I can't imagine it. That would be the day I'd be like, I'm done with this. I fucked up. I'm going to apologize. Like there's a musician Evan Dando from the Lemonheads.
Yes.
He just got in trouble for sending out some shit. He went into mental health. That's the day I would be doing an Evidando and checking into the hospital for a mental health check. If I had hundreds of women online talking about how shitty I was. But these
Not
guys are like, oh, I'm fucking the man. I'm going after Astro and Lisa. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's just funny, good funny now.
You know what I say? Bring it on, because I fought bigger monsters than all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
They are nothing, and it's funny with all of the sock accounts, which you and I have been familiar with in the past. It within the last 12 hours, something I noticed when I was sitting at the cancer center was that a certain person hasn't been on for 12 hours, and not one sock account with single or double digits has come into my feed to call me names or come at me. And it's so pathetic,
It
call
is, isn't it?
the thing with the cops, like calling the cops and lying to the cops 3 times within 30 seconds. Dude, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with all of them? What is wrong with Auntie Deb, with the stuff Auntie Deb said and Erica co-signing it, and Jess? I'm ashamed for them. They're not ashamed of themselves, but I'm ashamed for them because it's just so sad to watch people degrade their reputation the way that we have seen over the last few months. It's sad, but in a way, it's also very funny because it's like we saw it coming, and it just gets worse and worse for them, and they're going to fade away.
It's funny because this clown's in here in the chat. And he says it never occurs to you why it pays out so well. Ha ha ha! Everyone loves to watch your meltdowns. Today wasn't a meltdown. Today was like kind of laughing my ass off at you, Galera, because a lot of Twitter accounts are fucking like good people just clipping your shit, dude. You walk around the park going, I need a gun. I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid JFK is gonna show up. While he walks around the park and doesn't pick up his shit. I fucking enjoy it. I laugh my ass off, Galera. I know I could put your shit on my show and make money, but that's not the show I want to do. Like he talks about meltdowns. Like you could say I melted down when I told Aiden fucking he's a piece of shit and all that shit. But you know what? That was the truth. And when they
Truth.
replay it, they make fun of it. What Galera doesn't realize is that a lot of people that aren't in your chat necessarily saying, Galera, you rule, agree with me. They
Yes.
fucking agree with me. And they're the ones who are fucking fleeing. Some of them are afraid and not going to say anything. And they hit us up. And, Galera, there are a lot of people that agree with us, like a lot. And especially now that it's become a little toned down on our side and we just state the facts and laugh our asses off at you. And we are not afraid, Galera. We don't give a shit. And the thing is, Galera, you have more people on your ass who are credible than any that can do way more to you and your little brand than any of your thousands of fucking loser trolls could ever do to us. Like it's just funny. It's just like think he gets how this is the beginning of the end for them. I
I
just don't
don't
think he
think they
gets it.
understand it. I don't. I don't think Claire understands it, especially. You know,
And notice how he won't address about LTL's success, how LTL
no.
can move on and LTL can kill it without any of this shit. But the Glare can't. The Glare has to stay on this shit because he has no other choice. There's nothing he can do. What's the Glare going to cover that anyone's going to care about beyond Turtle Boy?
And eventually that's going to end too. You know, once Turtle Boy is gone, they'll all be gone. You know, they'll dwindle away. Jess will try to take over, you know, for Aiden, but the Glare and Auntie Deb, they're going to be left in the dust, and they don't even see it. That's the pathetic thing. They've been watching him for this long, and they don't know how it's going to end for them. And it's just so funny. I'm getting a lot of joy out of it. I have to say, you know.
I am too. That's the thing. I just love to kick back and laugh now. It's like, it's fucking hilarious.
I'm gonna start coughing real bad, so I'm
And
gonna
this is the
get
funny
off
thing.
my.
Oh yeah, he
So
actually thinks LTL bought bots. I mean, Galera, that's how delusional you are. You
he
are
is.
so freaking delusional. Like you think the Galera's the LTL is gonna do bots when his channel's monetized? That's the worst thing you can do to your channel. Look at Aiden.
Mike, I love you, but I'm
Like,
gonna start coughing.
oh,
I'll talk to you soon.
I'll let you go. Sorry, Lisa.
Okay, no
I'm still
problem.
laughing at the Galera. I'm sorry to.
I get
I
it.
know you're not feeling. I hope you feel better. I'm so glad you called in. I really appreciate you calling. I love you, Lisa. You know I do.
Thank you, my friend. Bye bye.
I know. He really thinks the LTL is buying bots, which is hilarious. Fucking LTL's killing it. He's fucking killing it. You are so delusional. Fucking delusional. That's hilarious, Clara. Why are my numbers in super chats going up too, Clara? Am I buying bots too? Are these all like fake super chats? And I haven't even gotten started yet, dude. I went on vacation. No more vacations. I'm kind of aggravated myself. I got a little distracted by the clown when Lisa was on. I should have been a little better with Lisa. She's one of my favorite people. I should have brought the clown up, but it's just so fucking funny. I appreciate all the super chats that are coming in because of the Glera. Let's just acknowledge some of them. Harper says, "Cheers, Glera." Thank you, Harper. Natalie Diana says, "Thank you, Glera, for being you." $99. Oh my god, I'm gonna be able to get a Cliff Bar today. And LGO4381 is the great. I love her. I do. I like this lady a lot now. I didn't know. It's so funny. She's a dog person. I love her. And they give me shit. They got troll accounts calling it out. Oh, he's friends with Genduso. Love it. I love Genduso. I love what she did, how she protects the dogs too for these dog trainers. A lot of shady dog trainers out there. LG04381. Here's a petty dono to piss off Gargamel. He has Gargamel. Thank you, Tammy. New Hampshire dude, thank you. Gifted 5 Young Jerks memberships. Ring the bell. North Shore 86. Altman's here. Look at that. Altman 3. Recovery Cat. And Sparkly Rabbit. Thank you so much. This is like the last minute unannounced show early in the day. And got a good amount of viewers, some super chats. I love you all. And like I said, tomorrow night, we got Barrett Brown coming on. Gonna be huge. Barrett Brown, world. You know what? Let's find a quick video on Barrett so people know who's coming in tomorrow. This is gonna be, and this is what I'm saying. I got the journalism. I got all the journalists. It's funny how people talk about journalism. I got one of the journalists who broke Peter Thiel and Palantir before anybody else knew about it. Anybody else. Look, of course, I bring up his name, and you know what comes up is one of our streams from 3 years ago with him, called Barrett Brown on Peter Thiel's private intelligence assets. That's an entire stream, though. I'm looking for maybe a short little interview where it's something. He was also on the Concrete podcast with Danny Jones 3 years ago. That got 41,000 views, it looks like. I'm looking for something where he did a TV spot because he did a lot of TV back then. Or maybe Reason TV did a story on him. Let's play this. Let's play a Danny Jones clip. Hopefully, Danny Jones doesn't whack me for this. This is when Barrett was on Danny Jones. And I got to say, I don't really like Danny Jones that much. It's like, I don't like Joe Rogan. I feel like all those podcasters, a lot of them are, I don't know. I just don't trust them. But Barrett Brown was on there. And Barrett Brown, look, watch this. Actually, let me turn up the volume first. This is who's coming on tomorrow night. This is a little short from Concrete Podcast.
Again, the PayPal Mafia isn't a term that I made up. It's a term I first heard in a conversation that we've had with one of my fellow people being prosecuted when Weave was deployed by Pierre Omidyar and Peter Thiel to intimidate them into refraining from criticizing Pierre Omidyar. After Weave got hired by Omidyar and then by Peter Thiel. Elon Musk knows all of this stuff. He knows all about it. I mean, his former wife Grimes was dating up until recently my colleague Chelsea Manning. He knows who I am. He knows what I put out. He knows the book's coming out. Peter Thiel, you know, is very conversant with this as well. And Peter Thiel's other little guy funds and Joe Rogan. They know who I am. They've used their powers to help suppress some of our information. And some of their other employees, including Weave, helped to drive my legal defense guy, Kevin Gallagher, to death last year. And they know that happened too. So
sorry. Okay, say that. What was that? What happened again? Say that last part again.
So a number of people. So Weave, who's been a Peter Thiel employee for years and years, and a few other people that are working with Weave. Yeah, Weave, the Neon, Andrew Arnheimer.
Okay.
See, it's funny is that Barrett exposed a lot of shit that people were skeptical of. This network with Peter Thiel and Palantir, Elon Musk, Pierre Omidyar. He's the guy who hired Glenn Greenwald. And there was also a reporter called Michael Hastings, who was a big Rolling Stone reporter who exposed General McChrystal and some of the military generals being on the take and doing shady shit. And then that guy ends up in a mysterious car accident, dies. Michael Hastings, Rolling Stone, one of the biggest reporters. Barrett Brown goes to jail. And all of these other guys like Greenwald replace them, basically. And Barrett points out that they're all backed by this deep state network. And everything he kind of reported on, it's come out. And Barrett was on this level too. He was getting major writing gigs. He won a national award for his journalism. Tomorrow night, he's going to be here. I can't wait. This is going to be fun tomorrow night. He's from Dallas, Texas.
Daily Stormer for a while, and works for Clearview AI, and who was involved in helping to persecute me right before my arrest, 2012. He and some of his associates who are working with the U.S. With U.S. intelligence community and Peter Thiel in the Russia-Ukraine war thing, and who are also it's complicated. If you look up Aubrey Cottle, he's a known FBI CSIS person. who has been presented by some of these same journalists that we've found work with the FBI, but presented publicly in articles as the founder of Anonymous.
See that what I mean? They basically replaced them with assets, government assets. 5:30 tomorrow night, I think, is when we're going to do this tomorrow night with Barrett Brown. Like I said, I have so many good guests I'm working on, good shows, good topics. I'm very excited. We are back, baby. I want to thank Sparkly. I want to thank all our callers. It's good to see LG here. Leah Genduso. I'm just checking out the chat. You guys are awesome today. I love the ladies here. Some of the men. There's a few men here. Mostly ladies, though. That's what I say. You don't fuck with the ladies. You just don't. When you have a mob full of ladies after your ass, and you're a dude on YouTube who's a YouTuber, you're done. You can talk all the shit you want with your little crowd, but eventually you're fucking done. And that's what's so great to watch this. Just to watch them blow up their shit. Now I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, we said we were going to talk about Nancy Guthrie. I think the big thing is this chief, this sheriff still hasn't done any press conferences. There's still, it seems like chaos over there. It seems like they have no idea who did it. We can watch JLR for a little while, see what's going on over there, but there's nothing really fucking new. I feel like I'm going to throw up Brian Etten for a few minutes and see what he's got to report most recently. I think his last video was maybe about 10 hours ago. Let's see. Yeah, 14 hours ago was his last update. But it's about Google. Let's just watch a little Brian, see what he's doing. Oh, you know what, bro? I appreciate the life advice on when to show up super chats, but I like to show them up over and over again. Just make sure I don't forget to thank them, and I like to thank people over and over again. That's kind of what I do over here. But if I want advice from you, have to be brain dead because I have a fucking license. I've never lost my license for 10 years, dude. Like, maybe focus on your shit, dude. Like, next time the cops want to fucking pull you over, don't fucking evade them. Did you assault them? What did you punch them? Like, how many charges did you face in that one incident? Like, what kind of idiot turns in one charge into like 15 charges? Like, and you fucking still drink and you still get blackout drunk at social events that you have to get carried back to your fucking hotel room? Like, dude. Like, and you want to chuckle at people. That's the funniest shit of all. Oh, man. Man.
The cameras at Nancy's house, I knew that there were other Google Nest cameras, and I was wondering if they had the video yet from those, just like they did from the front, if the FBI was able to get it. He says no, that they're waiting on Google. He's going to explain that.
Yeah, what's up with the drunk dialing of James Jackson? Do you have a crush on him? Was that a booty call? Like, why don't you just come out, dude? Seriously. The way you hug and kiss guys, it's like, just come out, dude.
Got a lot of new information, some stuff about the cameras at Nancy's house. I knew that there were other Google Nest cameras, and I was wondering if they had the video yet from those, just like they did from the front, if the FBI was able to get it. He says no, that they're waiting on Google. He's going to explain that. Also, new information about the DNA testing. There was no match with CODIS. It's interesting that the FBI is telling us that, by the way. What does that actually mean?
What's up with the superhero shit, like the Superman shirts and Batman? Like, I grew out of that when I was like 6 years old. Like, you think you're a fucking super? You think people are actually buying that? You're so vain. You even put your face on like Indiana Jones and it's like, dude, you got arrested and got fucking lost your license for 10 years. That never happened to Indiana Jones. Superman didn't lose his license for 10 years. Come on. You're fucking Indiana Jones. Oh my God.
Could there be something going on behind the scenes? I've got my retired FBI friend who's going to kind of explain all of that. And then there was some action at Nancy Guthrie's house today that I have video of. Some of it a little perplexing. I'll get into all of it in this episode of Brian Enton Investigates. Hey guys, so I'm outside the Pima County Sheriff's Office, and again, I'm going to get to that interview with the sheriff in a second, but I wanted to give you all the latest updates from today. Some are pretty significant. First of all, when it comes to DNA, we learned that they put the DNA from the glove that was located about 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's house. They put the DNA into the FBI CODIS database, which is the database where all of the criminals, their DNA is entered into it. It's a massive federal database. So the DNA was finally entered in the CODIS database, and it came back without a match, which is obviously not good news. It's not really what anyone was hoping to hear. And I've also learned that other DNA from this case, from the Nancy Guthrie investigation that was entered into the CODIS database, has come back negative for a match. So at this point, no matches in CODIS, although I'm told there's still more DNA that they plan to enter into the database. We've also confirmed that they have started the IgG DNA process, which is the investigative genetic genealogy. And if that sounds familiar, that's because that is one of the big things that cracked the Brian Koberger case in Idaho, the IgG. And that is essentially when they take the DNA that they have and they put it into these genetic genealogy databases, which is, and if you look back, I've done a couple of episodes on.
Well, let me make sure of this. I got to get this right. Mike, it's pronounced Genduso, or is it Genduso? I think it's Gen. Is that what you're saying? Gen? Genduso. Genduso. Did I say it right? Yeah, I know I screwed up. I think I said Genduso. Yeah. Genduso. I need that. I appreciate that. That's one of my weaknesses, is the pronunciations of names. Thank you, LG. Mike, it's pronounced Genduso. I will get it right. I'll work on that, especially for you. I'm a big fan of what you do for the dogs. I love watching you work with the dogs, and I love that you survived all this and came back. Thank you, Genduso. I think I got it right. Thank you for the super chat.
This is like when you do those tests at home to get your genealogy and find out who your relatives are and what your background is. They can have access to some of those databases, and then they can try to figure out if they can.
Oh,
find
one
a
more
match
thing I
that
want to
way.
do. I want to throw up the super chats that mentioned Glare, because it seems to bother him again. I already put this one up. This is the third time I'm putting it up, I think, or fourth. Pisses him off. You know what's lame as fucking? I think I'll go to super chat. I think I'll go to super chat. Do you still do that? I wouldn't even know, because I've never watched your show anymore. I never even go in your chat. Do you still do that one? I think I'll go to super chat.
One second or third cousin or an aunt or uncle, and then they can try to back into who the suspect is that way. So we suspected they were going to use that technology, and now we've confirmed that they are officially trying
it is
the
Genduso.
IgG method.
All right.
Although that
Genduso.
takes more time. That could take weeks. That could
Thank
take
you.
months. It's not like just
Genduso.
traditional DNA comparisons. So we may not have an update on that front anytime soon. I was outside Nancy Guthrie's house for most of the day. There were a couple of interesting things that happened. First of all, there was a pickup truck and a Subaru that showed up, and the sheriff actually let them through onto the driveway. I saw at least one man. There were two men, but I saw one man get out. He had almost like a briefcase. Went around the back of the house. They went inside the house, which is the first time I've seen anyone non-law enforcement go in the house that I can remember. I don't know who they were. Some people were speculating that maybe it was a locksmith. I don't know if it was someone that the family sent over to get something from inside, but they were inside for several minutes. And again, law enforcement let them in, and then they left. So that Don't really have much of an explanation for that, but it was kind of interesting. There was also some detectives at Nancy Guthrie's neighbor's house, and they were inspecting what appeared to be like a Ring camera there with some floodlights. The sheriff's office later confirmed that there were detectives in the area, but didn't say exactly what they were doing. I want to play for you my interview with Chris Nanos, the Pima County Sheriff. I was able to meet up with him today in his office. He did a lot of media interviews. We were only given 10 minutes. So, you know, I was only able to ask so many questions.
Is that why you don't pick up their dog shit? If you loved your dog, you'd pick up the dog shit and not give dogs a bad reputation. You don't pick up the dog shit, do you, Glare? We've seen it. I mean, you don't pick it up. That says a lot. That says a lot about how much you love your dog.
Questions. So if you're wondering why I didn't get to more, they basically cut me off at the end. It started off with him telling me, it's kind of awkward for a second. He said, you know, you have questions for me, and this is before the camera started rolling. You have questions for me and I have questions for you. And he kind of brought up some of my coverage and some of the people who I've interviewed who have had not such great things to say about him. And he was going to address some of those things at the end of the interview, but then we ran out of time because the person who was in charge, like the media sort of handler, was said, oh no, 10 minutes is up, you're done. So this is really all the time that I had. But I think what was most interesting is what he said. To me, what was most interesting is what he said about the Google Nest cameras, and they're still trying to get more video. So this is my interview with the sheriff. Thank you for doing this, Sheriff. Appreciate it very much. I know that you and the FBI were able to get those surveillance photos off the camera in the front of the house.
Yeah.
Any progress on the other cameras? Can you do the same thing?
Boy, I'm hopeful. Here's what happened there. So we, of course, that camera we don't have, right? It was taken, removed from the scene, but we knew it existed.
Bullshit, right? This comment right here. Come on, that's his problem if he doesn't pick up his dog shit. No, number one, it's everybody's problem that ends up stepping in it. Or people like me who end up picking it up because he's too fucking lazy, which I often do at these parks and trails. When you don't pick up your dog shit, sometimes the town ends up banning the dogs from the park. That's everybody's problem. That is the perfect exactly says everything about these people. They make their problems everybody else's problem. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. You're never going to see my shit, my personal shit, becoming your problem in the audience. That you have to defend me. You have to go after an ex-girlfriend. You have to go pick up my dog shit. You have to carry me back to the fucking hotel room. You'll never see me do that. I don't make my shit your shit. That's all. That says everything about them, Amanda. When someone throws litter out the window, that's all of our problem because we got to pick that shit up. He's sitting there, oh, I'm worried they're going to come get me. After he talks shit about them for months and challenges them to come.
And we asked, I think it's Google, hey, what can you do with this? And we gave them the other cameras and asked the same. And they said, well, there's not a subscription here. And it is hard because it overwrites itself, right? Every, I don't know how many hours, maybe it's every 36 or 72, whatever it is. But you know what, Sheriff, we'll try. Thank you. Away they went. They came back with this. And I'm going to try to explain this as a simple man that I am would. They explained it, it's like peeling paint. You have images over images over images. And you want to get to that 8th layer or the 6th layer. And you got to peel back very easily because you might destroy the layer you wanted. So they were able to do that. I said, oh, this is really, that piece of evidence. All
I feel like Amanda just about reiterated what she actually meant.
They kept it 10 days. No, we all sat here right in our command post with the FBI and went, this is really great stuff. We need this out there. So I don't know that it was here more than 2 hours, and it's only because we had to do some cutting of the way they sent it to us and prepare it to get out to the media, and had to check with Washington, all those things that the FBI had to do as well. And we got it out probably less than 2 hours. And it generated, in that first hour for us, just alone here at the department, almost 5,000 tips. So it's a great piece of evidence. So there's other cameras. Your question, will we get more? We've asked the Google, hey guys, can you do this? And they said the very same thing. Sheriff, we don't think we can get anything, but we'll try. And that's all we're hopeful.
And so as of now, it's still just the video from the front?
Yes.
Okay. Savannah Guthrie, Nancy's daughter, obviously very famous.
So they're waiting and hoping Google will give them some more video inside the home. You know what drives me crazy is this guy does these one-off 10-minute interviews with journalists, but yet won't do a press conference. Won't do a press conference. It's ridiculous.
It's loved around the country. Is this really random, or do you think someone may have had, like, you know, a grievance against Savannah? Have you been able to sort that out at all?
You know, well, yeah. Anything's possible, right? I mean, there was talk, well, this was a burglary gone bad. This was that. Those things have never come out of this office because we recognize that anything is possible, and we'll allow that evidence to show us what it is. The time to ask that question, motive, is when we actually know who's done this. And so, yeah, I get the speculation, but yeah, for me, I just looked at it and said from day one that Nancy was removed from her home against her will. We need to find her.
I know your deputies, detectives are working around the clock. I mean, we see them, you know. How long can this go on for in terms of the investigation at this level?
Because of the media, really, and that's a good thing, right? Because of the media, we've generated so many leads. I know last Wednesday we had 18,000 leads. The FBI had 14, so you're talking over 30,000. We're probably closer to 40 or 50,000. As long as those leads keep coming, we'll keep at it.
I know you've said you can't, for the investigative reasons, talk about what you found in the house. But is there a lot in the house that you're not able to say? I mean, is there a lot of evidence we don't know about in terms of this being a crime?
No, again, you're asking me something that I can't talk about. I will tell you this. We removed some biological evidence, prints, DNA, whatever. All of that was removed and sent to the lab. We removed physical evidence, computers, phones, everything, anything we could. And that's submitted to another lab. That was given to the FBI. And why do we give it to the FBI? Because we know that they're very good at some of that stuff. And so we share with them that. Why did we give ours to our lab? Because it's what we've done for years, and our lab's always done well. In fact, we've used the FBI before. They're very good at solving things and doing things. But the FBI, not unlike our Department of Public Safety in Phoenix, they have a lab. They could have been used. But we look at it as this. If I use, for example, a state lab, DPS, or the federal lab, Quantico, you have to understand they have others using those labs too. And so it really puts a lot of strain on them to prioritize those cases and do what they can with them, where if I have my own lab or a contract lab, it allows me easier access to those cases that I think are important to us. And I'm not talking this case, I'm just talking cases in general. We could build a lab, but that's pretty expensive too. We just found that this lab we use is very good. Were they in Florida at the time? I have no idea. But I know that in today's world of technology, reports are generated and sent out in the flash of an eye. What we need to know is when we send something to a lab, can we get it back to us quickly? Can we have a rush order, if you will? Well, sometimes I want this now, but the FBI may say, well, we understand that, but New York has a crime, LA has a crime, so it's not against the labs. And so when this piece of evidence, we did what we normally do. We sent it to the lab, and we did that scene. Then we went and did another scene when we did a search warrant out in Rio Rico. So all of that was gone. Now we find a glove. FBI says, oh, we can send it to Quantico. And I said, well, you know what? Let's keep it all in one place. Let's just send it all to our lab. No, it's not like, no, FBI's got a bad lab, or no, the Sheriff's Department uses DNL, they're a bad lab. No, it is about keeping your evidence together in one spot. And when that report comes out, it goes to both agencies. It just made sense. In fact, all of this conversation I had with you, when they said, oh, the sheriff blocked evidence, this conversation I had with the FBI lasted probably a minute and a half, and they said, makes sense, Sheriff, and it was done. There's no blocking evidence or just crazy.
Let me ask you. Okay, we've seen the photos from the surveillance camera in the front of the man. Do you think there could be a second suspect?
You saw what I saw. We know he is a bad dude. He's who we want. Is there somebody else working with him? I don't know that. We'll know it when we find him.
The TMZ letters, I've lost count of how many they've received. TMZ, they've been receiving these letters claiming that it's from someone involved.
So, yeah, the ransoms type things or those kinds of letters.
And I know FBI is investigating that part, right?
Correct.
But do you think they're legit? Because it seems like every day they're on TV with a new letter.
Again, you want to go to your experts, right? It would be irresponsible for me to give my opinion on something that we've given to the FBI to look into. That's their bailiwick. We'll let them handle that.
In the search warrants, we saw the one in Rio Rico, and then we saw the one close to, I think, 2 miles from Nancy's house on Friday night. Does that mean that you all believe the suspect could be close? Because it seems like the action we're seeing so far is right in the Tucson area.
So how those develop is this, and you may see it today. It may not be anything today. You may see 5 of them today. But what happens is this. We have 400 investigators out there from all agencies, not just in this valley, the 10 different law enforcement agencies, but some from Phoenix and FBI from across the country.
This guy's like, we may see a UFO today. Santa Claus might deliver the mail. I mean, we might. We don't know. We don't really know what's going on, but you might see it. You might see the Galeras pick up the dog shit out of the dog park. You might see the Galera not drunk in public.
And they're out there shaking down leads. 40-some thousand leads. Every morning they get up, and they're working 24/7. So they start with a little lead, and they're told, go check on this. And that lead develops. And as they move through it, it grows and grows like a snowball, just getting bigger and bigger, to a point where they go, you know what? I think we've developed a person of interest. I think we've got something here that maybe we need to go back and brief on. So they come back in and they talk to the command post who's there. U.S. attorney, county attorneys, different law people behind different areas of law who sit back and discuss it and say, you know what, maybe there's enough here for a search warrant. Maybe we got to get petition for physical characteristics. Maybe that characteristic is a photo. Maybe it's buckle cells. Maybe it's fingerprint. Whatever it is.
Shame the Galera to pick up the dog poo. Maybe. Maybe the Galera will stop talking about how scared he is that someone's going to ask him a question. Oh my God, I'm all about free speech. I'm all free speech, but if someone asks me a question, I'm going to get very afraid. Call the police.
We present it to a judge, and a judge says, yeah, I think here's enough. He signs it. That's how that snowballs. And everybody's energetic, and they're so enthused. I wish you could see the face of the young men and women out there who are working these and all the energy, because it's what happens in investigations, particularly bigger investigations, where they're so excited, probably like you are. We've got a good lead, we're going to, and then it falls through. It's not the person. Nancy's not at that house. But that's part of the ebbs and flows of an investigation. You're going to have those highs and lows. So for me, that's why it's important that I dispel some of the things that are out there so my team knows that, no. They're a solid team. This is a team who solves crime every day. They are my experts. I would be silly to not listen to them. When they tell me, we spent 20-some hours at this scene, we processed this scene, I'm taking their word.
He's getting very defensive. Very
I don't
defensive.
need to hear from some pundit out there who's never done a crime scene.
See, he's very mad at the pundits. He's very mad at the pundits who he's ignored. You've kept the conspiracy theories going, bro, by not doing press conferences, by just doing these 5-10 minute interviews with the chosen ones instead of actually speaking to the entire world. You've caused this. Don't blame this on the pundits. Don't blame this on online people. Like you try to blame the pizza delivery on media ordering pizzas. The media didn't order the pizza. The people watching at home ordered it. And then Amazon delivered a package there, and you still didn't have this crime scene secured. All this shit's been your problem, and you continue to blame it on pundits, online people, the media. You've lost control of the narrative. I'm going to skip ahead because I'm tired already of listening to this guy go on and on about that bullshit. We're working so hard. We got tens of thousands. Answer the fucking question, dude.
Every morning, when they hit that low, that they know that they have someone who believes in them and their work. They're going to do it. I have 100% faith they will solve this case. If you're the guy, if you're that monster, you should be worried. You should let her go. Just let her go.
Are you getting closer?
I think we are. I think we are. But I have to have that belief, right? I have to have that faith. Every day, we'll keep at it. We ain't quitting.
Appreciate the
He's basically telling you he doesn't have that belief, but I gotta have it, even though I don't really believe it, but I gotta have it. I gotta pretend it. Jesus Christ,
for
dude.
making the time to talk with me. Again, I know he's done a lot of media interviews, and I was glad that I was able to get one of them today.
I mean, he gave you 10 minutes, Brian. It's ridiculous. You should have got like an hour, honestly. You're like one of the leading reporters on this by far. It's insulting he gave you that like short interview. Didn't answer all your questions. Won't do a press conference. He's lost control of the narrative. I mean, most of us are left to watch JLR. I mean, that's the truth of it. We're watching fucking JLR for updates. Say what you will about JLR, but at least he's offering something. He's offering more than this fucking sheriff is. I'm going to play a little JLR is interviewing people. I know JLR is very controversial, has had a lot of issues in the past. Even some of his coverage, apparently, there's been issues with on this. But I appreciate that he lets, number one, people stream it. And number two, that he's there. And I also appreciate that he hasn't gotten involved in this. Like, he hasn't inserted himself. Let's put it that way. Like, apparently he might have at other times. He hasn't seemed to go over the line here. I don't know. Maybe he's maturing. Some people say no. But I appreciate he lets us look into this and air his content. And I do also enjoy that he did expose Glera. That Glera gets so mad about it. Glera gets so mad. I trust JLR over the Glera. That says a lot. But there's other people who don't. There's one. JLR is a loser like Aiden. But at least he is the camera there. There you go. Well, at least you said something positive. And that's what I'm saying. And I love that he doesn't get mad if other people stream him. He actually, like, I've heard him say, like, oh, it's fine. And I like that he, lately I've been when I watch him, I don't watch every minute of it, obviously. I'm doing other things. But when I watch him, he's interviewing the locals and finding out stuff, which I like. I appreciate that. And he's kind of like an everyday, and he's not a snob. That's the other thing I like about him. He might be a little bit too conspiracy minded, a little bit, but he's not a snob. He doesn't think he's like king of the world. You can tell. He likes to talk to people. I kind of like it. I'm not saying I back him up or anything else. But if I had to spend time, if I had to choose between spending a day with the Glera or the day with JLR, I would pick JLR every fucking time. Every fucking time. Not even a question. So let's watch a little JLR because he got someone on camera today.
So, are you,
I'm an intuitive empath.
can I interview you?
Maybe in a minute.
I just wanted to say hi to you, but I am very intuitive. And I'm very good
Nice.
friends with one of the higher ups that probably has got this pretty well nailed.
All right. So
See, we go.
what do you think happened? Let's
You want
share
my-
it.
so I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
we got
I'm-
30,000 watching. Go for it.
I'm not.
See what I mean? He gets people to talk. Like I that's what I appreciate. I think this is what he should be doing. It's like the man in the street talking to the average people at these scenes and just trying to chill out. I think he does a good job at that. Got a lot of people watching too.
Psychic medium,
Okay.
and I'm an intuitive empath.
And he's got some of these assholes jealous, which I also get a kick out of. They're fucking jealous. I'm not jealous of JLR having 30,000 people watching him or whatever, but some of these other fucks are. And that's also what I like. I think it's funny. I love when they fucking get jealous of other people. It shows who they really are.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I wanted to say hi to you, everybody. Okay, everybody, here's the man, JLR.
What's
Okay.
going on? All right, go ahead.
So I don't fill her up here at all. I will tell you that whoever I think come up here knew what they were doing. To get up into this area, you need to know where you're going. And even if it's in the dark, street signs, you're just not going to be walking up in here either. It's a long ways up in.
Yeah, you also don't need to carry him back to his hotel room. I noticed he was driving another person around the other night. He also looks like he's a good driver. I don't think he's been, he's had some issues with law enforcement with the Sandy Hook shit apparently, but he doesn't have, I'm not scared of him being on the road.
And the terrain in front of her home, our lovely department. Thanks, guys.
Oh, he's killing it, absolutely. I bet he does pick up the dog poo too.
He's good. It's a garbage man, guys. God bless them trying to do their work. Anyway.
You made it.
I'm not pulling energy up here from her at all.
All right.
But when she left that house, she left that house.
With who?
I don't know. I try to vision it, but I don't truly.
I'll
think
be right
she
back,
was
too.
with us at that time when she left,
You mean with us? You think she was dead?
passed away.
Passed away.
And I will tell you, I will apologize
So-
up and down if I'm wrong.
So you think they took out a body? Dead. Passed away.
I do. Yeah. But to get up in here, to even get up in here, a tiny little light's not going to give you lighting at this time of night, except if that moon was out full, what they're saying. But like I say, I pull energy and when you were going down on your tour that you took, I just didn't even feel it there either. I just don't know. I don't think she's close by. At first I did.
Do you think it's more than one? We've seen the one image. Do you think there's more than one person involved here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna look back, and I'm gonna tell you it was more than one. Yeah.
What else are you feeling?
Well, I just did a video, and somebody just told me that they played it back, and there was a gasp at the end, and it wasn't me. So I have to play that over. But sometimes they come to us. People don't believe in this, and you know what? I tell them to scroll on. But sometimes they come to our energies, and I have to play it back. But I had a heaviness driving here, and it got very heavy on the Keno Bridge.
Keno.
Heavy, and then it backed off when I started climbing up here.
Keno Bridge. Where's that at?
So it brought me this way. It would be coming across. It's past the Banner Hospital. Took me on that route. I can't tell you what. I think it's just an overpass bridge.
So you have a feeling there. Is that south or north here?
It just took my breath away, a heaviness.
Is that the 22nd Street Bridge
Correct.
in Tucson, located between Keno Parkway and Tucson?
Correct.
Huh.
It's very peaceful up here, though.
It is. Are you on? You're a TikToker?
I am. Arizona girl.
Arizona girl. First time being here today?
Oh yeah, I've contemplated coming up here.
Contemplated.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I don't like being on camera.
Oh, you don't like being on camera? Would you step right in front of the camera
Yeah,
here?
this way.
They can see you. Everyone can see
You
you.
can stop it and tell everybody I got to meet him. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Yeah, off the record stuff.
So have you? Are we off?
No, but come on around the other side. I can mute it. All right, just gonna talk to me off the record for a second. Stand by. All right, what we got? Out here in front of Nancy Guthrie home.
Literally, as she's speaking, she knows her voice, and it's moving with her voice. And she was in the front of the room, 100 people were in the room. I'll send it to you. It's like $20. Yeah. And it works well? She was using it for a press conference. Yeah. Because I asked the guy, I said, you come to talk to her? They're like, no, it's by her voice.
Hello.
I know you.
Hi. How are you?
I saw you on the border stuff.
Border.
And then I saw you around here. I think you're working. Yeah.
Second, I want to throw something up. It's funny. This is hilarious. I love this. Lisa's dog's watching me. I love this. It's hilarious. That's Lisa Peralt. I thought that was hilarious. She's
Walks the desert. Said, I hope you're hydrated. The desert walker. More flowers and water. JLR, please hydrate, eat snacks, share with 875. Oh, look at this, the desert walker. Desert walker just pulls into Nancy's driveway. The sheriff was about to get out. We're like, yo, what are you doing? traffic jam out here. The Desert Walker. Where can they find you?
What was that?
Where can they find you?
Just look up Desert Walker on YouTube.
Nice.
All desert videos.
Desert. Nice.
I appreciate
Stay
it.
hydrated.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. The Desert Walker. Check them out. This is a florist. Putting like water and flowers and laying flowers.
What I don't like about this whole thing. Look at this. Watch this.
Guessing. It's a guessing game to them. They don't. I don't know. They're just playing with people's lives right at this point. If they don't have no evidence against anybody, how are they gonna keep on doing this stuff to innocent people?
This poor guy Carlos, his whole life has been affected by this. You know? I even have that up. Hold on a second.
Guessing
Look at
game
this.
to them. They don't. I don't.
This poor guy
I think
Carlos.
they're just guessing.
His whole life's been affected.
To them. They don't. I don't know. They're just playing with people's lives right at this point. If they don't have no evidence against anybody, how are they gonna keep on doing this stuff to innocent people? I think they're just guessing. It's a guessing game to them. They don't. I don't know. They're just playing with people's lives right at this point.
His whole life's been affected. This poor bastard. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up today. It seems like nothing's going on in the Guthrie situation. I may be back later tonight. We'll see. We'll see if anything happens on the JLR stream later. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back tonight. I'm not sure. I gotta go help clean up the house a little bit. We got some house cleaners coming, which means I gotta take care of my dog for a little bit. But again, like I said, all week we're gonna be live. All week we're gonna be doing lives tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. Barrett Brown, journalist. It looks like he's gonna be here live on the Young Jerks. I can't wait for that. So definitely tomorrow night. I hope to see you if I don't do another show tonight. Again, I want to thank everyone who super chatted us today. Much appreciated. I want to thank the Glera for being here and giving us some laughs, some chuckles. He's gonna be able to get some content to grift off of. Oh, look like we got a super chat. Oh, looks like we got a Venmo. We got a Venmo from Colleen K, who says, tuning in for the first time in a while, and I have to say, you look amazing. I'm a healthcare professional. I've had cataract surgery, and it does get better. I got to say, if it gets any better from here, it's already great. I'm feeling really good about it. So thank you so much, Colleen, for the Venmo donation today. Much appreciated. I want to thank everyone who's here. All the jerks. If you haven't, make sure you like and subscribe, especially subscribe. Hit all notifications. Make sure you subscribe. Some people said they accidentally somehow got unsubscribed by YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you are subscribed. Yeah, thank you to Claire for being a clown, for not picking up the shit. Claire is excited to have content if I'm live all week. Unfortunately, he's not going to. The thing is, like, he's not going to air Barrett Brown tomorrow because he's not interested in real journalism or real news. Like, he's only going to air the shit if it's drama. Anytime I talk about the Glera or Turtle Boy, that's the shit he streams. He's not going to stream the rest of the week because I'm not going to give it to them. I say it once and then I move on. But looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night. And yes, bye, Leah. Leah Genduso. I think I got it right now. Genduso. Thank you for being here, Leah Genduso. And thank you for letting me know that I wasn't saying your last name correctly. So because I want to be corrected if I'm screwing up. I like to make sure I get it right. Yes, have a good day. Give those dogs some love. We love it. I love how you care about the dogs. I love how the little meme they made for you was one of your real dogs that passed. I love that. All right, I will see everyone definitely tomorrow night, 5:30 p.m. I think it is. Yes, and Jodine. Jodine was awesome. That's the thing. We are going to have so many great guests. Like we just had Jodine Weber on the show. We had Carol, the judge, on the show recently. She's coming back. I think she might be here this weekend, actually, back on the show. And again, yes, the journalist is Barrett Brown. Going to be here tomorrow night, I think at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you check out that show. Looking forward to that tomorrow night. Thank you so much, Boston 86 Fascist. I love it. Great show, Mike. I was in and out, so I need to listen again uninterrupted, but I agreed with you on so many points, particularly since they match my own for the last several months. I appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you come back tomorrow night. I think knowing your handle there, you're going to love the show tomorrow night with Barrett Brown. You are going to like it. Watch Barrett tomorrow, 5:30 p.m., Young Jerks. You will enjoy that show. I guarantee you. He may say some naughty things. Barrett Brown can be a little controversial at times. Believe it or not. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? So I'll see you. I'll definitely see you tomorrow night. We'll see. I might come back tonight. I'm not sure. It depends how I feel. I'm trying to pace myself. Yes, I am so glad about this surgery. The only thing I'm waiting for now is the results of the court case. I'm going to check my email, see if my attorney got back to me for any reason. Maybe he heard something. Imagine if I could announce that lawsuit's over right now. Guess what? I do have some news, though. I do have some awesome news. Your boy is now an accredited journalist with the courts in Massachusetts. I finally got approved. They've approved my application. Oh boy! So I got some good news. We are approved. We are SJC approved in Massachusetts. They finally recognized me as a fucking journalist. I love it. So I'm finally approved. That's good news. That just came through. So much, see what I'm saying? So much good shit's happening right now for us all. They're so jealous of the comeback that they're now claiming that Brian is using bots. That's the hilarious thing. And again, we have a real award-winning journalist tomorrow. A guy who won a real fucking award. Now, I won a couple journalism awards. You can see them over there, actually. See the two awards. One of them was Best News Source. One was Best Podcast. A couple of years ago. They were industry awards in the cannabis space. The largest cannabis convention on the East Coast gave me those awards. But this guy has an award from top media. Let's see what the award is. He actually threw it away. He got rid of the award. He ripped it up, I believe, in a fit of protest. But let's look up what the award was that Barrett Brown won, because it was like a legit award. Like almost on the level like a Pulitzer Prize. It wasn't a Pulitzer Prize, but it was up there. Brown has written for Vanity Fair, The Guardian, The Huffington Post, The Onion. He wrote for The Onion and other outlets. He's a great writer. In 2016, he won a National Magazine Award for a series of jailhouse memoirs published in D Magazine and The Intercept. The Intercept is the outlet that Glenn Greenwald worked for. And he's revealed a lot of dirt on Glenn Greenwald and the owner of The Intercept. He published a memoir, My Glorious Defeats, in 2024. So again, Barrett Brown going to be live on the show tomorrow night. A real friggin' journalist. His is Wikipedia. Yeah, Vanity. He wrote for Vanity Fair. He wrote for the UK, The Guardian, one of the biggest newspapers in England. The Guardian. And he's a little bit of he's got an edge like a gonzo journalist, but he's also got that mainstream credibility. You know what I mean? He's a wild card. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be tomorrow night. I will see everyone there. And maybe I'll be back tonight. I'm not sure. Might do an unannounced live tonight. Who knows? But that's our guest tomorrow night. Like I said, I have a lot lined up coming up. A lot of great guests are coming up. All right, I'll see you tomorrow night. Definitely. Barrett Brown, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And like I said, maybe later tonight if I feel like it. If not, you'll see me tomorrow night, 5:30 p.m. Make sure you like and subscribe. All notifications. You never know when I'm going to pop up last minute like I did today. And again, expect a lot more guests upcoming over the next week and couple weeks. We're going to be ramping it back up. I love you. I'll see you all soon. Peace out, jerks.